Well, hello there. Welcome to another RSG stream. This is a special stream where we are going to do, like we said yesterday, and oh my God, it's already going downhill. People are just, what is going on in the background? But we are here to discuss the Star Wars new Last Jedi trailer. We'll be showing the trailer, so if you don't want spoilers, you've been warned. I don't want to hear any complaining or any complainy pants or anything. I will get vicious with you if I hear any kind of comment like, I watched the stream and you talked about things and I didn't want to hear them. Well, it's in the description, so don't read it. It says spoiler. So we proceed at your own peril. So we've got invited a whole bunch of people in here tonight to talk about it. We got, let's see here. We got, of course, we got Finity the Troll. And we've got Sir Loki. And we've also got, let's see here. We've got Shay Locomotive. And we got Miss Lady on Dane. And we got Ghost NWA in the Hizzy. And we've got, Scott, who's your in-game name?
Clandestine Ops.
Clandestine Ops. All right, there we go. We got my boy Clandestine Ops.
I thought you said an Indian name. I go, what?
What? Loki. Damn it. And
I
then,
was gonna say,
and
like,
then TK. Who's
Wind
TK?
or something like that, you know?
Who's TK?
Thane Kyrell.
Thane Kyrell. Okay, sorry. So too many names, and I've been drinking already. So, so what we're gonna do tonight? We got a whole bunch of people here. We're gonna talk about the new trailer, and then as requested, we will have debates between me and Finadoodle about whatever you guys throw up in there.
I love it.
What's his name? He's the Dr. Finn, medicine woman, troll extraordinaire, Finadoodle. I mean, he's earned these through time. You know, I mean, once a name is given, it cannot be ungiven. You know.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
I mean, someday, Lady on Dane, you will have nicknames as well. I haven't come up with any for you yet, but don't worry. They'll come down the pipe eventually. You'll do something crazy, and I'll be like, oh, wow.
You mean like I haven't done already?
Well, let me think. Lady... Well, I mean, we could call you Lady Harem on Dane already, but I don't know if She
you
likes...
can call her a Russian...
She has...
call her a Russian hacker.
Oh, the harem Russian hacker. Oh, it's coming together nicely.
Oh, dear God.
He can't help you now.
Okay, I'll survive somehow.
All right, moving on. So, I'm going to start the trailer. We're going to get into it. So, you've been warned.
One thing really quick, just so for you guys that don't want to watch it, in the description of the chat, if you're watching this on replay, we'll put the time where you can skip ahead once we're done with all the chat. So if you want to, now is the time to click on that and then move it. But if you're watching it live, we're about to go live, and I'll put a message in the RSG stuff channel in our Discord to let you know when we're done talking about the trailer.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, then we begin the trailer. I've turned the sound off so, you know, we can hear us speaking and not the trailer. So, initial thoughts, I can tell you I absolutely adored this trailer. I thought it was brilliant. I love the direction that this tone of this trailer sets with a dark, very dark tone. I cannot wait to see this movie. I wish I was a Time Lord and I can go forward and watch it and then come back and be like, oh, it's amazeballs. Finn, we'll start with you. We'll work our way around the corn, as old Grande Petroni would say. What were your thoughts on the trailer initially?
Porg!
All right, we're going to skip Finn now because he's angered me greatly. Loki, what were your thoughts on the trailer? Not Porg related.
So we didn't watch the trailer yet, right?
It's playing right now. Have you seen it?
It is. Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's awesome, man. I mean, I don't want to talk about it yet until we watch it, but you know, a lot of obviously unanswered questions. A lot of new, not necessarily new tunes, but kind of new twists. You know, versus the last little teaser trailer that they showed. So there's definitely a lot more information and a lot more questions. And I'm excited to know what that is. You know, what the answers are and all that. But based on the trailer and then even the merchandise, right? I think we've talked about this a few times. If you go to Amazon, right, you just put Last Jedi Black Series figurines or the little pop art bobbleheads. You can kind of see the whole. That's a spoiler in itself, right? So this is like the first time ever that they've like put all the cards on the table or the puzzle pieces, and now we have to sit here and assemble a puzzle, right, and figure it out. So I'm excited, but at the same time, maybe they gave out too much information. I don't know. But
yeah. But I think we'll get into that because there's a lot of misdirect in this trailer, big time. Let's see here. Ghost Alpha, what'd you think, my man? What'd you think about the old trailer?
Well, I thought it was a pretty cool trailer, but I think it was full of Porg poop. I don't believe any of it. If you know anything, I work in film. If you know anything about continuity, it's extremely misleading.
Oh yes, I give
and
Mr. quote.
The story that it tries to paint is that like Luke is this scared little, and then Kylo's gonna kill his mom, and that Rey's gonna go to the dark side and join Kylo, but that doesn't even make any sense. Why would Rey join Kylo?
I have some answers to that question.
Mom and Dad, when all she's ever wanted was a family. That doesn't even make any damn sense.
Well, they totally misdirected this stuff. What about you, Shea Locomotive? What did you think?
I thought it was pretty awesome, but in the back of my head, I can't help but wonder if, like, at the Rogue One trailer, how much of this stuff is not going to be in the movie.
Oh, no, there's none of this Rogue One stuff happening that happened with Rogue One. This is going to be... we don't have the same kind of issues we had with Rogue One, which is still my favorite movie to date by far.
Yeah, it's just funny that Rogue One, there's one trailer for Rogue One that, like, none of it is in the movie. Like... Almost the whole trailer is cutscenes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love the look on Luke's face when Rey does her power thing.
Yeah.
Just the total shock. That was pretty good stuff.
Absolutely. What about you, Clandestine Ops? Did we lose Clandestine Ops?
He was flabbergasted. That's all that happened.
He pulled a Ranger one.
Yeah.
Clandestine Ops, let's try again. You there, buddy?
Hello.
All right, there you are. All right, there he is. All right, what were your thoughts, my friend?
I'm in agreement. I think there was some purposeful misdirection going on so as to... drop some big surprises and reveals on us when the movie does actually unfurl. The thing that struck me the most, imagery-wise, was Luke seemingly climbing up through some flaming pile of rubbish. So that was what jumped out at me was the most intriguing. And then the thing that I think was the biggest, most obvious misdirection was it's portrayed that Kylo is the one that kills Leia. I don't know if that's this actual trailer or if it's the other one that I've seen. Yeah, same one. I think that's BS. I don't think that...
I think there's more. Yeah, I think it was a little bit more. You got to go a little bit deeper with that, which we'll go into, like the different moments and stuff. And then Thane, what were your thoughts, real quick, overall on the trailer?
I really enjoyed the trailer. Like everybody's saying, there's a lot of misdirects, but if you can kind of piece stuff together, you can kind of get a real sense of how the movie's going to go.
Yeah, Lady on Dane, I know you're trying to get Thrawn right now. How's that going for you?
I'm failing miserably.
Oh, well.
Hey, I was supporting you, so don't say I told you so, okay?
I'm not saying a word. Just if you would like to give your thoughts on the trailer, and if you could keep us posted on the attempts of how you're doing with Thrawn.
I think this is attempt number 5. I lost track. But I really like the trailer. I had goosebumps watching the whole thing. I'm super excited for the movie. I just can't wait for it to come out. And yeah.
So let's talk. Let's talk about the some of the things. I mean, it was brought up by Ghost and some of you guys. I think that there's more to just like. I think that how they cut it is to set a tone. If you just look at the way they cut it, you would sit there and say, like, for instance, the Kylo Ren and Rey scene. Everybody's like, oh, they're suggesting that Rey's going to go to the dark side. No. That's not what that's really trying. I mean, if you're just looking at it,
Reylo.
But what it's really doing there, the way I interpret it and looking at it is that Kylo, they're both facing two things. Rey is on the light side, but is facing darkness. Kylo is still having issues with the light, right? And I think that these two characters are going to be which are the two protagonists in this film, are going to be presented with choices that they're going to have to make, right? In this movie, and I think it's going to revolve around them. It's my kind of take on that. Anybody disagree, or anybody have some thoughts on that specific scene?
I think it's interesting that the background in that scene where Kylo is putting out his hand is similar to the background that you see when Luke climbs out of the fire.
Yeah, I think that's if I'm not mistaken, that is from The Force Awakens, when they're having that flashback of the first Jedi temple that Luke created, because he doesn't have a scar. So I think I think it's something to do with that. And I think when Luke talks about, I felt this. See, that's the other thing that this will be a debated issue. But when Luke says, "I felt this power before and I wasn't afraid. I'm afraid now," right? Who's he talking about? Is he talking about Vader? Is he talking about Palpatine? Is he talking about Kylo Ren?
Is he talking about himself?
Great point. Is he talking about himself? I mean, what do we think about this?
I think he's talking about Rey.
Well, we know he's talking about Rey now.
No. But I mean, like, I think that if you go back to theories where he's the one that left her on Jakku, I think like maybe as a kid he saw her and sensed how powerful she was. So he's left her on Jakku so that she wouldn't, discover her force powers. And then now that she's grown up and she's discovered them, she's like, I wasn't worried about you back then, but I'm worried about you now.
Yeah, that's an interesting. It's an interesting take on it and stuff. MJ, what up? It's his anniversary weekend, but there's MJ. Yeah, MJ, what up? Him and his lovely wife, Kim, who you can see every ending portion of the stream, who modeled our RSG underwear line. We're trying to get it. We're trying to get it. We're trying to get it to Victoria's Secrets, but they're not returning our calls.
We're trying to get it to Fredericks.
Yeah, they were like, "What the hell's RSG? What?" Click. Those are two pivotal scenes. I mean, the cutting was designed to show certain things. I think the thing with Kylo, it showed the conflict within him. Rey and Luke, I think Luke at the beginning is like, "I don't want to train you," blah blah blah. I think she's going to pull him back to where it's like, "You need to train me," right? I think that something that I saw that has been a theme in Rebels that I think that they might bring in here is the idea of the gray Jedi, right? Not light side, not dark side. Because remember, if you know your lore, right? Jedi, Ashen and Boken were the two sides of the Force, but they believed in the unified Force, where the Force itself had two aspects, but it was really the balance that was important, right? It was interesting to see the scene with the tree, and I think that looks like the Journal of the Wills. But there's so much to talk about with this trailer. I mean, anybody want to pipe in on something that really stood out to them that, you're like, it was a misdirect, but you think it's this or anything like that?
I'd like to say I think it's kind of crazy that we still haven't seen Benicio del Toro.
Oh, yeah. Or Laura Dern's character.
Knights of Ren yet? What's up with that?
Yeah, they haven't seen the Knights of Ren. We haven't seen his character. We haven't seen Laura Dern's character. We haven't seen, what's her name, Amy Tran, her character yet. I
will say this, that battle at Crate looks like it's going to be ill.
What do you guys think of those new AT-ATs? I mean, the ATM, I can't remember the exact nomenclature.
Donkey Kong! They're all Donkey Kongs.
Finn, we're trying to have a serious conversation here about Star Wars.
They are gorilla AT-ATs. They look like Donkey Kong.
Right. And where's Mario then?
They walk on their knuckles, man.
Yeah.
They're Donkey Kong.
Really, Finn?
The first thing I thought of when I saw that was Donkey Kong. It just looked like Donkey Kong.
Really? That's what you went to, right to Donkey Kong.
Well,
that's
after they show you Porgs and
that's
stuff,
MJ's wife's favorite video game for the Super Nintendo is Donkey Kong.
I heard about what you did there too for them, Loki. Very nice, my friend.
I did, man. I was playing around with it right now, so it's I haven't shipped it out yet.
You're a good man, Loki. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody else says. I think you're a good man. So, all right. So I'll just throw it out to the panel. I mean,
well, I'm gonna
ahead,
jump
Lucky.
in. I'm gonna go back to what you were saying about Luke. He was saying I've seen this raw strength only once before, right?
It didn't scare me then.
Yeah, it didn't scare me then. And then now it scares me, right? It does now, is what he says. So I think I'm gonna just, I'm not gonna go back as far, but remember, like in Empire, he was like, "I'm not afraid," and then Yoda was like, "Oh, you will be." So I think maybe when going back to Force Awakens, they had cutscenes of him coming out of like rubble, from the Jedi Temple. However that Jedi Temple went down, right? He came out of the ruins and he put his hand on R2-D2 and the guy was on the ground, right? I mean, he was probably almost dead. So I'm going to say that probably when he trained Kylo Ren or Ben Solo and he saw that raw power, whatever you want to call the raw power, it's kind of weird they're referring to it as raw power because they're not saying it's dark side, they're not saying it's light side, it's just raw power, right?
Yeah, right.
It's neutral, right? So I think he took it upon himself to train his nephew, right? So he trained his nephew, the nephew turned on him, used the raw power against him, and he got afraid for the first time probably because maybe in the back of his head it's like, well, I would never attack my father, he never fought Darth Vader, he never took him down, and this is the first time I guess the blood kind of took him down, right? So I think maybe he's hesitant because after he sees Rey training and she exhibits that same raw power, maybe he's skeptical now and he's like, oh crap, now there's two of them, right? So
crap, it's Hans Briggs.
Right, and it's I mean, I get it, man. I mean, the guy had his whole temple and all of his students taken out, right? So I'm sure he's scarred, and I think at the very beginning when she shows up with that lightsaber, he's like, oh man, like why did you bring this back here, right? It's bad luck, or something. So
I agree. I don't think it's Vader, and I don't think he's referring to the Emperor Palpatine because he wasn't.
No, I think it's more recent. I think it's Ben Solo. He got betrayed, and or maybe it's Snoke, right? I mean, who's to say that Snoke didn't take down the temple while Ben Solo was running, misdirection on Luke, right? And then Snoke comes in and burns down the temple, right? So
we don't know because we did see Phasma in that scene, the First Order marching through the burnt Jedi temple. So that was the beginning of. I don't know. There's so many questions unanswered. Well, I'll throw it around to everybody else. Anybody want to pipe in? I mean, something that they saw that you've got a theory on or statement on or anything like that? Except Lady Ondane, she's busy trying to kill the Grand Admiral.
I did notice something on the AT-ATs. Did you notice how the front of the legs look like they're serrated as if they learned a lesson with their history of the Battle of Hoth?
Yes.
Let's cut these cables. Yeah.
Well, you notice too that they had regular AT-ATs there with those. Like there was they were scattered in between those. So it's like, here's the normal AT-ATs, which should make you pee your pants, but we've got something on steroids. You're welcome. Good luck with that. I don't know. I mean, oh boy, that's so monstrous. What about? We saw a little bit of Finn battle with Phasma. I was like, yes, finally. Should have been that in The Force Awakens, but we're getting it now. We don't know what going to be the whole background of the fight itself, but I was pretty excited to see Finn and Phasma going at it. I don't know about you guys. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I I mean, where did he get the First Order outfit from? Right. I mean, he's pulling a. I think every Star Wars movie has somebody dressing up as a spy or some kind of there's Stormtrooper Han or Jin in a gunner, a Death Star gunner outfit or something. So he's definitely like sandbagging, because the last time we saw him, he was in a coma in a little health box or something, whatever you want to call it. Right? He was on a stretcher. So.
All right. Well, anybody else want to pipe in about the trailer? Finn, you haven't said anything. Did you die, Finn? I mean, or anybody? Oh, no, not Finn. Who just said something? You said sure.
That was me.
Go for it.
Clandestine.
Go.
As much as I would love to see a Grey Jedi story arc develop here, you have to remember, this is Disney. Maybe it's a little too cerebral for them.
Ryan Johnson's directing
maybe I'm not
this.
giving him enough credit. Pardon?
Ryan Johnson is directing this. He loves to do that kind of stuff.
Then they kind of threw in the middle thing with the Bendu and the Rebels cartoon.
Yeah, why bring that? I mean, I know Dave Filoni's got some hands in this stuff somewhere. It's like, hey, I'm doing this for this. What do you think? Oh, well.
Hey, I will say this though. If you look at Rey's costume, the colors are very Ahsoka-esque.
Yeah, and gray.
They got the gray, blue, brown belt, very similar in color. So I think we'll definitely see some kind of a Grey Jedi or something.
I mean, seeing the Journal of the Wills, which I assume is the Journal of the Wills, in this trailer, makes me think that they're looking at ancient knowledge, because I think Luke is pretty much fed up with, after all he's experienced with the Empire, and then Kylo turning to the dark side. Like, what are we doing wrong? What the hell keeps happening? What is going wrong with this? Maybe he's trying a different path. I mean, he does say it's time for the Jedi to end. So, I mean, what is his thinking on that? Like, there shouldn't be any Force users, or we should have to go a different path, or what do you guys think?
I feel very sorry for Luke, to be honest. He started out, like, if you look at his journey, he was this innocent, naive guy, and then he gets whisked off, and then it's like one bombshell after another.
I know, he just wanted to get some power converters from Tosche Station. Was he asking for too much?
like a boy just wants to grow up to be a man and be with his family, and he just seems to find that there's always someone who will turn to the dark side.
I know, isn't it crazy? I mean, it's like.
Very sorry for him. And Mark Hamill, and there was that scene where he his eyes are blue and they're gorgeous. When there was that close up where he's like in tears, and you see like him being all haunted. There's no other. I don't know if there's another word to describe it.
No, that's a good word.
He just
I think
looks
I'm sorry,
like in such despair. Like I just felt my heart just broke for him, but then it was just a multitude of emotions the entire trailer. You go from this like heart-wrenching moment, and then you see Finn going toe-to-toe with Phasma. Huh?
No, go ahead. Sorry, I something played in the background. I hit a button.
Oh, damn it! I was on a roll. So. It's just a huge I just kept going like, oh my god, the whole way through, and of course the Porgs decided to make.
Why'd you do that? Why? I had pretty much done a great job of getting away from the Porgs, but you brought it up, Lady Ondane. All right, Finn, here's your moment to shine. You saw the Porg with Chewbacca.
Porkins?
No, not Porkins. I wish it was a Porg with Chewbacca. Go ahead, Finn.
So, my theory is that when the Porg is yelling, he is using the Force to damage First Order TIE Fighter that's in front of Chewie.
And what do you base that off of, Finn?
Because it's a Porg and it's freaking badass. So, that's the first. The other thing is, when Rey is like concentrating using the Force, and then there's a crack in the wood, in the stone, and in the rock, and then Luke looks down in anger. I think it's because there's a Porg underneath that's causing the break, and he's not supposed to show him. And I think the whole purpose was that the Porgs were going to try and give Rey self-confidence in using the Force, but they did it prematurely, and Luke was mad. Look at his face. It's a face of anger. It's because the Porgs accidentally broke the rock too early.
All right, does anybody have anything like intelligent they want to add to this conversation?
I don't know. I think what Finn said about when the Porg screaming is using the Force.
What? No! Don't encourage him. What the hell?
I mean, haven't they said that the Porg are Force sensitive?
My dear God in heaven.
On a serious note, though, when he's talking about the raw strength, my guess is that he's talking about Kylo. I mean, we'll see how that works out.
Kylo.
I would think he's referring to Kylo first because he trained Kylo, obviously. Mm-hmm. So that, and so when he sees the same thing in Rey, he gets spooked. I mean, the look on his face. I just felt so sorry for him. It goes back to the point. I was just like, oh.
And I think and my guess in trying to piece together some of these things from the trailer was that scene with the temple that's burning. Kylo somehow convinced Luke that it wasn't his fault. And I think he senses like the power of Vader inside of Kylo, but since he was his only master, essentially, he was able to control it. And I think there's probably going to be some backstory as to how he fell under Snoke and how he developed his powers even further. And I think that's why he fears it now, because somebody else is now controlling it versus when Luke had control of it when he was just essentially training his nephew.
I mean, sure you don't want to blame that on the Porg too?
Well, I'm sure the Porgs are going to be the natural.
No! My dear God.
To backtrack a bit, I think that when we mentioned when Jedi said, when Luke says it's time for the Jedi to end, I think that's maybe half the sentence. Like, it's time for the Jedi to end. It's time for the Jedi to end the Porg.
I think all the Porg are the dead Jedi resurrected in birds, and they protect Luke. That's what I think it is.
Oh, Lord.
If there is a little green Porg that's representing Yoda, that would just be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole bunch of them. That's
instead of using his Force
there isn't just
it's
one.
It's going to be a Porg that's green skinned. Way to go, Finn.
Yeah, there's hundreds of them on the island, so
If you know
it's not
Shane.
just one person.
That's true.
Hey, guys and ladies, can I chime in here with a question?
Please do, God. Please, as long as it's not Porg related.
All right. I don't remember. It's not. I don't remember the timeline exactly of Carrie Fisher's passing.
Sure.
But I'm curious, was the film wrapped before she passed away?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they did say that she will be in part of Episode 9 somehow. They didn't say how or in what capacity or anything. They just said that she'll have a presence in Episode 9.
I think she was supposed to be like in Episode 9,
but they had to change
which
some
really
stuff.
sucks.
I mean, who did not get emotional? I mean, I got a little emotional when I saw that scene, even though it's cut the way it was with Carrie looking out. And she is Force sensitive, and then you see Kylo reacting to that. I thought that was brilliant. Brilliant cut that they did there with that. I mean, that tugged at the heartstrings a little bit, mainly because it's an emotional scene just onto itself. But then when you see Carrie Fisher, you're like, oh, God, damn it.
I feel that in the movie there's going to be dialogue attached to that scene. Like, they're probably going to be talking to each other.
Oh, wouldn't that be something else through the Force?
They're both Force, they're both Force sensitive. And we've seen Luke reach out to Leia, and he's heard her back in Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wouldn't that be something?
It would make sense for them to be having a conversation.
Kind of like that Luke Vader scene, except it's reversed now. Leia reaches out, she's like Ben, and she's like Mother. Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Finn, we'll need extra tissue for that scene. Make a note.
Okay.
Hopefully I see all
I'll
the
have
Porgs.
the Porgs delivered to you.
Well, I'll have all the... No, wait, no. I didn't say anything about damn Porgs. I said tissue. I said have it ready, and I didn't say have it delivered. I better not get no stupid Porgs in the damn mail, Finn. I will record myself burning them in a bonfire.
They'll use the Force. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll use the Force, the dark side. They'll be like, what are we going to do? Ranger Jay's going to burn us alive. Like, that's right, bitch. You gots to go. All right, so we are super excited. I think everybody can say that we are super excited about this movie. I think it's going to be really dark. I think some bad stuff's about to go down, which in any 3-part play or anything through our literary history has demonstrated that usually the second part is always the darker part of the story, right?
So I'll mention one scene that really isn't talked about much is when Snoke is essentially using basically
he's torturing
levitating
Rey.
and torturing Rey.
Yeah.
So how does Rey end up with Snoke?
We don't know.
Right? How does she get to that point? What is she doing? I mean, I think that's eventually going to be kind of the main arc that'll lead into the next movie.
True.
But it's just interesting to see that particular scene, and it seems weirdly enough the least relevant to what everyone is discussing, because it's just like, oh, it's a bad guy doing something to the good person. Oh well. They just move on from that.
I thought that was interesting because it's new. It's like usually the dark side user is throwing lightning at someone. This time,
no, that's some old school stuff right there. Like, if you ever played Knights of the Old Republic, like I have.
Okay, well, I'm talking
the Old
about
Republic.
Like in the movies.
Oh,
canon,
well, yeah, in the movie too. I mean,
in the video game we've seen that.
Oh yeah, he's like, what? You don't want to give me information? Well, I'm a dark side user. Suffer.
Yeah.
You can do more than just force choke somebody with your telekinesis. You can just basically make their body writhe in pain. We saw that a little bit though in Force Awakens, where Kylo's kind of tapping into their minds and stuff. You can see the pain and anguish that they were going through when he was interrogating Poe, and then when he started doing it to Rey too. She was just able to fight back.
So as far as how Snoke gets a hold of Rey, that is what I feel is going to happen at Canto Bight in the casino, and that's why we haven't seen scenes from that sequence.
Oh yeah,
because we do know from footage and other stuff that Snoke makes an appearance at that casino. So I feel that the major stuff is going to go down at that casino. That's why we haven't seen DJ. That's why we haven't seen a lot of these other scenes regarding that casino.
I could totally see that. So much good stuff to talk about. So my question for everybody is, who do we think Snoke is? There's so many theories out there. It's Palpatine reborn. It's Darth Revan. It's Darth Nihilus. I think it's Ezra Snoke, which I kind of was a little bit. I mean, we still don't know what happens to the Rebels. We know that the season 4 Rebels is coming out. Me and Finn are like little giddy schoolgirls waiting for it to come out, but we don't know what's going to happen to the Ghost Crew. We know that the ship shows in Rogue One, and we know Hera survives because they kind of call out her name during Rogue One. We know Chopper survives, but everybody else, we know nothing. We still don't know the fate of... it could be possible. Ezra, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Snoke...
Prophylactic vision.
It seems like Snoke.
Well, now we can stop the stream because Grande Patron is here. Oh, God.
Yes.
Ezra would be about the same age as Luke, though. Snoke seems a lot older than that.
He seems ancient. Doesn't he seem just like that ancient?
He just seems burned.
It's like when Mace Windu held up Palpatine and then his skin got all jacked up, right?
Yeah.
He shocked himself, so...
Unlimited power!
Didn't they say at one point that he was like 9 feet tall or something like that? Doesn't that kind of eliminate any kind of human?
We don't know yet. I mean, there's speculation about that he's 9 feet tall, but we don't know. I mean, it
was just the projection that made it seem that big in The Force Awakens.
Yeah, he had a high def projector in that ship.
Well, we know he's not a midget, but we don't really know his size because, I mean, that one scene with him and Rey, it was kind of hard to judge his actual scale, like his actual size, because he was sitting, it looked like, and reaching out. So I couldn't really make out like what he could possibly be size-wise. But we've got Grande Patron here. Grande Patron has joined us from prison with his prophylactic vision. Grande, you seen the trailer? What is your reaction, my friend?
I like it. I think it's good, man.
Anything that stood out that you would like to discuss? Theories? Any of that kind of stuff?
Chewbacca looks really good.
I know, he's got to get some. They got to put. I mean, he's been using some Just for Men.
He's got some Just for Men, dude.
You know, I mean, he needs some gray in that hair, man. I mean, he's looking too young for me. I mean, he's got to have a little gray. I mean,
he looks younger than veteran smuggler Chewbacca.
I mean,
Wookiees age well.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been using some Some Pantene.
Hold on, wait, we got breaking news. Dun 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 dun
Dun dun dun dun dun.
dun 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 dun. Lady Ondane, what has happened?
I have Thrawn.
Oh, she's done it, folks. Lady Ondane has gotten Thrawn. She's done it. She has a 7-star Thrawn. We go live to Grande Patron, who's at the scene with Lady Ondane for this interview.
Yeah, she's great. She's gonna fracture some fools. She's gonna rain some fracture on some fools, and then she's gonna put some protections up, and she's gonna do some cleanses. It's gonna be epic.
7-star Papa Smurf in the house.
She's gonna put some speed ups on some dudes.
Yes.
She's gonna swap that turn meter, you know.
Thrawn with his very own triple mollywop.
That's right.
All right, we go back to the studio.
Congratulations, Ondane.
Yes, Lady Ondane has a
So
7-star.
I have a question for the panel. So
Yes.
how do you pronounce the new Royal Guard, right? How do you pronounce it? The Praetorian Guard? Is that
Yes,
what it
exactly, just like in Rome.
is? So what are the Praetorians?
They are the Knights of Ren.
That's a country that Peter Griffin started.
What?
Yes. Yes. But, no, he called it Pretoria.
Yep, it was Pretoria. And these are the Praetorian
No, wrong. My dear God in heaven. No. Voldemort and Snoke. No, I'm afraid that's not possible.
Yeah.
The Jedi must master.
We already got all the Horcruxes.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if they still had one left, and then we could have theorized that Snoke was the last Horcrux.
They did leave behind one Horcrux.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They didn't leave one, but if they had left one, then it could have worked.
Why are we talking about Harry Potter? Shame on you. If you want to go, Comb Cobra just donated $2. Thank you. Oh, and if you'd like to donate, you can too with the super chat function on the bottom. He donated $2 and he said, "Planet Moorband gains another Thrawn." Oh my, it's true. Grande, you didn't get to finish your thoughts because we had that breaking news with Lady Ondane. Is there anything that stood out to you that you were like,
Yeah, Chewbacca looked really good.
Is that it?
That's pretty. Yeah, and I'm not excited about Porgs.
Thank you, Grande.
I do like the carbon fiber kind of cut on Kylo Ren. I think that's a very cool touch.
Yes.
I like the fact that the AT-ATs, how they walk. I mean, they look much stirdier.
Finity said they look like Donkey Kong.
No, I think those new AT-ATs look really good.
They're called Gorilla AT-ATs. They look like Donkey Kong.
They look awesome.
Who said Donkey Kong wasn't awesome?
Okay, I just don't think they look like Donkey Kong. They look more realistic as far as like how they would walk around, like how the original AT-AT should look. I hope Phasma gets some more playtime. I hope Carrie Fisher gets some playtime, some more playtime, just because I think it would be a good homage. And honestly, I'm not worried about how it fits in canon and everything. I just want to see some really good, cool, graphically, significant scenes, and I just want to sit there and eat popcorn and enjoy myself.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
And as long as I do that, I'm not going to overly analyze it too much. To be honest, I mean, the storylines are great, but if the storyline kind of gets a little bit wonky, I'm okay with that too, as long as it looks cool and I get excited.
You heard it first. Grande used wonky in a sentence.
I used wonky.
That's right.
That's right.
Wonky. All right. So, anything else that anybody wants to mention about the trailer? We have broken it down. We've talked about it. We talked about different scenes and stuff. Anything else that anybody wants to mention or throw out there that they want to get in and discuss about the trailer?
It's pretty funny how irrelevant Poe is, despite his appearances like 5 times in the trailer.
What do you mean? He's supposed to become like the next great leader of the Resistance.
I know, but in our discussions, I don't think we've talked about Poe.
He was only in there like once.
No, he was there like three times, I think.
That's hilarious because I was about to mention him right now.
Oh, go for it.
He's got his own comic book series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just about to say how excited I am to see a dogfight between Kylo Ren and Poe.
Oh, damn! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be some Top Gun action right there.
Oh my god! Yeah, I can just see it posting the dog changing his hands like, "Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose.
Talk to me, BB-8."
Wow! We did get a BB-8.
And then Porg comes in and swipes the whip.
No! God! Finn, you're such a douche.
You are underestimating the power of the Porg.
No, not really. Not really. I'm not underestimating anything. Real stars.
This is Disney. It is going. Porgs are just going to rule.
Yeah, for kids.
For everyone.
No,
they're going to be
kids.
the equivalent of Ewoks. They're just going to come
For
in
kids.
and they're basically just going to destroy everything.
Right. You're right. It should be called Attack of the Porgs. Well, I mean, we're glad. I'm glad you're here for
What?
your.
That'll be the next territory
what
battle.
the
It'll be
hell?
Porg battle.
No. I hope someone I hope Kylo just comes in with the Knights of Ren and you see all your Porgs just get cut down by lightsabers and stuff. And I hope it makes you cry.
They're evasive. Don't worry. It'll be
right. Yeah, you can't use the Force to cut them or anything. Yeah, you're right. Good call, Finn.
They fly.
Kylo yeah, you can't pull them toward him or anything. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, pull 1,000,000 Porgs to you. See what happens.
Yeah, with a lightsaber.
They have Force too. What? They'll just repel
look!
Hey, wait! If you had a lightsaber and you pulled 1,000 Porgs to you, wouldn't that be a barbecue?
Oh, I like your.
or wait! Or if you have a lightsaber, wouldn't it be a porg a bob? Instead of a shish kebab, you'd have a porg kebab. I'm telling you, look at that freaking. I gotta tell you, I think
a smorgasbord.
A cornucopia.
I think Chewbacca has literally been using some really great conditioner.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got some good hair products.
It's shiny and slick. I mean, it's all in place, and it looks really. He is definitely. I mean, he's got some great hair.
Yeah, I think the Porgs have been. I think the Porgs have been grooming him and taking care of him and stuff.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Vidal Sassoon. If you don't look good, we don't look good.
Pantene, baby.
Pantene, yeah.
Porg
Jesus
Speaking
Christ.
of Porg, I posted a pic in our
you did?
in our little side chat.
Porg of Olay.
Yeah.
Head and Porgers.
You didn't see the little pic in Skype there?
Oh God. Jeez.
I did not make that. I just added the meme on top of it.
I like Paul Bracamonte's thinking. He says, Ranger, since Porgs were designed specifically for merchandising, I hope they are locked behind a huge paywall and Finn can't get them. I like that. No Porg for Finn unless he spends money. Do it, CG. I am all about doing it.
Porg is not going to be a character in the game. He's going to be an attack for Jedi Luke when he comes in.
You sure?
Yes. It'll be his...
Jedi Master Luke.
Jedi Master Luke is going to have a special that releases a bunch of Porgs and stuns everyone on the field.
I would bet cash money that ain't going to happen.
CG, you heard that. He's going to give you cash money if you make that happen.
No, I said I bet cash money. I didn't say who I was going to give it to. It ain't going to be CG. And now somebody who will be giving money to CG will be Finity, Mr. Porg Lover himself. He's like, oh, it's a Porg. I must have it.
Even with the Porg, you know.
I would have bet cash money before the stream that I knew we were going to be talking about Porg a whole bunch.
I mean, that's what happens when you bring in potato heads like Finn. It just derails the conversation. All right, so we've broken down the trailer.
Started it.
Yeah, well, once unleashed, it cannot be unleashed. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got to that point where I think it's time for the debate to begin. I think 45 minutes is more than enough to talk about the trailer and stuff. Still playing in the background. You guys can keep enjoying it.
Well, keep it off because I'm going to tag everyone to let them know that it's done so we can...
So what do you want me to do? Go back to the opening?
Do you have the stuff from the Wednesday?
Sure, I'll just go to the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes main with the Porg screaming and stuff with me talking.
I'll touch.
Why?
Uh-oh. I hear
my husband is yelling. My husband's yelling at me.
What'd you do?
Not It doesn't even sound like English. Okay.
It's not English.
It's Russian.
Russian.
Okay.
Grande Petroni.
That's right.
Hey, I mispronounced Grande's name, so
What happens?
I called you Grand Patron.
It's totally fine. Hey, as long as you don't call me late for dinner, we're all good.
What?
But it's okay, folks. I'm here all night.
My dear Lord.
Oh God! If you're here all night, I hope we hear better jokes.
Andy Kaufman had nothing on you.
That's right. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now we're moving on to the great debate of. All right, so the way this is going to work is you guys give us the topic, and then me and Finn will, I guess, debate it and stuff. Is that how they were going to do this, Finn?
Well, so I think the way it was working yesterday, so when whoever on Super Chat donated like $5, then they would give us a topic of whatever they wanted one of us to actually argue. So they made me argue against Wicket. They made you argue for more Rebels. So whatever they want, they can make us do. We will sell our souls today.
They can only if they donate, or can anybody just throw an idea out there?
However you want. Yesterday it was just through donations, but however you want today, I'm good with.
We can go either way. Whoever comes up with the best stuff, you want to donate and give us a topic, I'll do it this way. If you give us a topic and you donate, that'll go to the top of the list. If you want to just put one out there and then we can get to it, then we will. Does that sound fair?
Yep. And then we have an option of rejecting it if they don't donate.
Yeah, like if it says porg in it, no, this isn't. I can't do that. Damn it!
Porkins?
Porkins?
No, I can pull up. Ah! You walk and buy a pack. That's not a question.
You buy a pack. There's no. What packs would you buy?
I know.
I'll buy. Well, wait, hold on. I'm actually getting.
Buy a mod pack. At least it's kind of useful. You know?
Buy a fleet pack and try to get the Millennium.
Don't do that.
Listen to him. Do not buy the mod pack.
Buy a ship's pack.
All right. I need to get some more ice, so you guys. I'll be right back. So you guys will start. You guys have topics. Start throwing them in there. So
I'll buy a pack.
You're gonna buy a pack, Grande?
Yeah, I'll buy a pack. I'll actually give us some.
Are you sharing your screen, Grande Petroni?
Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me get all my crap set up because all my stuff is not set up.
Somebody's cat screaming or something.
Somebody.
All right, give me 1 minute while I go get some ice.
Wait. That's not an English cat.
No, kitty, that's my papa.
It must be screaming in Russian.
No, kitty. It's a bad kitty.
Let me get on
How you doing, Russell? That's Russell.
Whose cat is this?
That's mine.
Who is me?
He's a buddy.
He's a what?
He's a cat that's a bunny that's named Russell. What are you not getting?
Scott.
Everything, apparently.
He's very handsome. He's very handsome. All right, Russell, shut up. He talks back.
Yep, he said no.
Yeah, wow. I'll learn him.
Yeah,
I'll learn
that's
you
what we got
good.
with Chick. Who do you want to answer that question?
All right, here we go. I'm back. Oh, we got the first donation, $2. Thank you, Comb Cobra. And he says, which is worse, Ewoks or Night Sisters after rework?
I'll argue that one. I'll argue for Night Sisters every day of the week.
And we argue that one?
No,
we don't even know what the rework is.
Yeah, we don't really know.
We don't know what it is yet. We don't know what the rework is yet, but I'm just going to tell you that in my opinion, more than likely, the Night Sisters will be better than the Ewoks. They will be more on par with about they'll be more on par with about the First Order team whenever it's all done. Maybe slightly better than the First Order team when it's all said and done.
What?
I think Night Sisters will have a better synergy than the Ewoks, but I think individually the Ewok will be better than the Night Sisters, and people will have more use for specific Ewok more than they will Night Sisters.
Counterpoint, Grande?
The
repose.
Wrong. You're wrong. Wrong.
Well, could give us a reason why. Just don't call him a poopy head.
Why?
So Night Sister, I think that you're going to end up with multiple Night Sisters. I think you're going to end up with one legendary Night Sister coming out of the deal. You're going to end up with two or three marquee Night Sisters and one legendary Night Sister that will be better than Wicket, because Wicket's basically a really great DPS character, but typically whenever we look at legendary and heroic characters, your more support type characters end up being better.
Finn the Repose.
I openly said that the Night Sisters will have a better synergy together than the Ewoks,
but
you're still not going to beat.
No,
you're still
I'm
not going to beat Tebow in Rancor. You're not going to beat Chirpa in Heroic AAT, Logray in Territory Battles. I don't think there's going to be any equivalent of Night Sisters having much impact in any of those phases in the game, and they probably are going to be one of the squads that you have to use in Territory Battles,
I would agree,
just in case that the other dark side stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, so they're probably potentially they could be a rework meant for new content, typical to how whenever we first saw Logray, we're like, what the heck is he for? And then we're like, oh, he's for Territory Battles. There you go. And so potentially we will see some of these reworks for the new Night Sisters, and we'll go, what the heck is this for? And then a month or two later, we'll be like, oh, it was for Darkside TB, duh. There you go. So
Darkside Platoons.
For Darkside Platoons. I am arguing, and Palmer, I'm arguing for Night Sisters, and Finity is arguing for Ewoks, because there are two little. They're the two factions that we kind of have a spot in our heart for.
More than your heart, but that's not the debate issue.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Just calling it. I'm just using empirical data and facts.
Break out those prophylactics. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Rib for Hera's pleasure.
Oh my God!
Rib for Hera pleasure.
Ooh.
Oh my God!
All right, but if you want to, if you have a topic, throw it out there. Anybody in Skype here can. If you want to donate, your topic will be thrown to the top. And you may
and you know how much Finity and I like kind of gently arguing with each other. It's all friendly whenever we do.
Oh, shots fired. Does anybody in Skype have something they'd like any of us to debate or discuss? Not Fleshlight, sorry.
Is the master debater.
I hope the Night Sisters are decent, man. I mean, they got to be better than Rogue One or Phoenix in the Territory Battle. No, I'm saying in the Territory Battle.
Wouldn't it be nice if one of them was had some kind of Palpatine-esque type qualities and could maybe shake up the meta for a couple of months.
Hours before the people figure out that he's
for a couple of hours until we all go back to Rex Leeds.
Well, I mean, Palpatine first came out, there was a bunch of people that used him for quite some time.
Yeah, but then they made Rex free to play, and then it became useless.
I would agree.
I mean, the OP one's going to be Mother Talzin.
It should be. Well, we say that, and then sometimes they rework something, and for whatever reason, there's just one that's way more OP than another one. I mean, for example, there could be one of the Night Sisters that comes out that's similar to Sith Assassin, for example, right? And it's just like, oh, that one shouldn't have been that. That one, I didn't anticipate that.
They need to have the Night Sisters be able to go through protection. And then you got my attention, because I think what they did with Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper was it's just like the tip, right? I mean, they teased us with that. We can go through protection and whack somebody quick. But if they had a whole faction that could do it, I think you're onto something if you can exploit that. Because that's the issue right now, right? It's with Gear 12, everybody has like 80,000 protection, right? That's the problem. But then everybody only has like 15,000 health or 20,000 health, and if the Night Sisters can do something like that.
Whose guild? So here's one. Chrome Cobra asked one. of course, everyone's going to say their guild. Whose guild would win Guild v Guild? So I think Guild v Guild is going to be interesting. Let's talk about Guild v Guild for a minute. Not only so, whenever you talk about Guild v Guild, it's not necessarily going to be the guild that has the highest power. It potentially is going to be the guild that can actually like show up and actually participate, right?
Yeah, it's going to be all about participation.
It could have something to do with who can mobilize their people and get them to get on and do what needs to happen at the right times. And so potentially there's going to be a way where you can turn the tide, and it's not just, okay, they have more than GP than us. Let's just roll over because we know what's going to happen. They're going to walk all over our belly. So it could be like, hey, everybody, if we can get all our 50 members to go do our stuff quicker than anybody else, then we win, right? And it could all be about trying to wake up that one dude who's in Asia, right?
Asia.
You're like texting and emailing, and you're like, hey, you're like calling, you're like making a call from like, you're like, okay, I now need everyone.
You still have guys in your guild from Asia?
Asia.
Hey there.
Yeah, we do. We have a couple guys, and we have a couple.
Don't disparage Asia.
European guys.
Asia.
And we could be, typing or texting them, and I'm like, this call's gonna cost me $3, but I'm calling Australia because gosh darn it, we need to win Guild v Guild, and you like wake the dude up out of a dead sleep.
Like, oi.
Because and he's like, crikey, I got to get in and do my Guild v Guild. It's freaking 4:00 in the morning here, mate. Or whatever, right?
Player name Dingo ate my baby. We need you now.
So I think potentially there's if I was going to do it, I wouldn't want it to just be a straight up, oh, they have more power, they win, or straight up RNG. I mean, let's add 3 or 4 more factors into it, and by adding 3 or 4 more factors into it, all of a sudden it's not just, oh, they have more galactic power than we do, they win. Okay, why even bother? I mean, come on.
All right, well, since no one's bringing up, I'm going to bring up a debate topic, and I will bring this between Finn and Grande. Who is hotter?
Who's hotter?
Slave Leia or Jen Erso?
Oh, Slave Leia.
Slave Leia.
Slave Leia every day.
Finn, any response?
Finn's going to say Slave Wicket.
No.
Ew.
Going in dry.
Can I? Well,
go ahead. What's your thoughts, Finn?
I would say a slave Jin is better than a slave Leia, but
ooh.
Oh.
So
all right. So what about?
I think I would go with Jin.
I was about to say.
What about
the
Jin?
scales are tipped because we don't have a slave Jin. So,
yeah.
So what about?
Here you go. Here you go. Now, I think that you would actually have.
You have a jailbird.
We would have a better debate if we had said which is hotter, Rey or Jen.
Yeah,
that's a real debate because now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They're
that's
not
a
in
real.
bikini.
I think you're a bunch of sick bastards fetishizing a dead woman.
I will fetishize about a
dude. Marilyn Monroe,
yeah.
Betty Boop.
Fetishizing a dead woman, you sick bastard.
Did you just say Betty Boop?
I did say Betty Boop.
Whoa, Grande. That's the what?
What about
acknowledging that someone is hot and fantasizing about them are two different things.
Yeah.
What about when Bugs Bunny dressed up as a female bunny?
Did you find him attractive?
I did not, but do you remember? But do you remember Roger Rabbit's wife?
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Jessica Rabbit. Yes.
Jessica Rabbit.
She could play patty cake with me anytime she wanted.
She's one of the top cartoons I would do, Beavis.
That and Porg.
Oh my God.
That and Porg.
What?
Slave Porg.
What?
Which is hotter, slave Porg or slave Chewbacca?
slave Porg or slave Ewoks?
What?
Hey,
if your intention is to turn me on right now, you guys are succeeding.
What the hell?
Ew.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Awkward.
I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you, potato heads. You didn't listen.
Someone thought that fantasizing over a dead woman was bad. Yeah.
And I thought they smell bad on the outside. Jesus. Someone donate and give me a topic. God in heaven. Porgs are off limits from now on.
Jesus. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for PAX?
What?
Yes.
By the way, to answer your question, Ranger, Ray.
Ray. All right. So
Ray
camp.
Ray is Ray. Oh, Ray. Between Jen and Ray, it's Ray.
I'm
Ray
Jen.
every day.
I'm a Jen girl.
I'm Ray every day.
No, I'm Jen all the way in.
Is it the thick neck or the Adam's apple? What is
Ray?
What is it
Ray and more Ray.
I'm all about Jen. That English accent.
Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but
sure.
What's her name? When Daisy met after the movie wrapped up, Carrie explained some of her some of the things that she had to deal with over the years about how guys would fantasize about her,
sure.
like 620, 6 or like 2. Carrie actually said that some guy walked up to her and said, "I used to fantasize about you." And she says, "Oh, that's wonderful." She says, "Yeah, about 6 or 7 times a day." And she's like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "Oh." And Daisy heard this. She's like, "Honey, this is what you have to look forward to. Enjoy." The look on Daisy's face. She was like,
it's a natural. It is a natural, biological thing.
Well,
because hold on. If I said, "All right, Lady on Dane, Poe."
Wait.
Hold on, Poe.
I'm not criticizing or judging you guys in any way.
Or Finn.
I am just adding a factual, actual interview.
Poe or Finn.
She was also potentially a little bit jaded at that point.
A single day?
Who? Carrie? Of course.
Potentially, yeah.
Did you see the roast she did for Lucas?
Did she hook up with Weinstein too, or what? Because everybody.
Damn!
Everybody's coming
You cannot bring up that
Weinstein,
man's name without mentioning me because I set the trend about the thing and the thing.
Where's the pudding? I stuck the
Let's have another drink.
He has nothing on me. I am the master of the thing and the filth farn and the all.
I'm sorry, what was all that? I totally missed what was going on.
I would like you to answer the question, Lady Ondine, about Poe and Finn.
I'm already in her harem, so I win.
What about Poe?
Ooh, Chrome Coda just had a good one. Worst meta, Dooku Old Ben or CLS?
By far, it was Dooku Old Ben. My God. It was
I love that meta, bro. I love Dooku meta. I did. I was a Dooku guy for so freaking long. I was running Dooku and like dropping down in the 30s and then still running Dooku to run all the way back up to rank 1 to take my payout. And I was like, man, I love that Dooku, man. I love that Dooku. And then
I've got a Zeta on my Dooku.
And then we had a slight other Dooku. Hey, by the way, I'm sharing my screen. I
just saw that. I'm bringing it up. Someone's in the
I would actually go with CLS in terms of which
I know
is
you
worse.
throw Rux in there too.
Tell me whenever you're up because I'm going to buy a pack.
You're up.
CLS, in terms of
what are you buying? What are you buying? Wait, buying a pack. All right, we're going for the.
You're buying a home
one pack. See, see, you're gonna go. It's 10 away. See, you're gonna buy it. All right, here we go. See, you got 90K and 10 shards. Oh, he's got 100 of home one. That's a trap. Say.
Let's go see.
Upgrading 2 million credit.
That ship is fast though, man. You ever see the speed on home one? It's like 175, man.
Let's go look. Home one.
Well, if you got a gear 12, I think you need a gear 12 Akbar, but it's still fast. Yeah,
170 is what I'm at.
Yeah.
So now we get to go do this.
Oh, we're gonna go for the Thrawn ship. Well,
requirements met. Here we go.
Trap, say. I'm gonna go for it. Say.
We got to do it with 5 only, because that's all we got.
I know you don't have Cassian's Ewing. I know.
It's close, man. I mean, Cassian's Ewing is close. Let's
there.
Look at it.
That's good.
It's
close.
It's close, but it's close, but no
Not
cigar.
Close enough yet.
Go look at it. I think it's 82 of 100.
Good Lord.
Not quite.
Well, if you don't win, we know what you need. Cassian's Ewing.
Well, we can go in and refresh the shop and some other stuff.
Nah, just stick it on full auto, man. You're good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's not going to be that hard a battle.
Nah.
Three ships. I mean, come on.
These battles weren't that hard.
No, it's
There's
two
guys
battles.
on Reddit doing it with 7-star Rebel ships, and they're like level 50. So.
Let's see.
We were talking about that earlier, Grandel. Everybody's flaunting their undergeared, underpowered, minimalistic teams now, and they're going up against Thrawn and Thrawn's ship. And
that's just funny. I spent a week gearing everybody up. I have Hera at gear 9, Ezra got to gear 10. I think I had Sabine at gear 9. Everyone, Zeb and Kanan were gear 8. I mean, I put some of my best. I took 4 speed arrows plus 30 speed arrows from 4 other characters and put it on them. I made sure to mod them correctly. I did everything. And these guys are like, "Oh, I have gear 7 of everybody. I'll just go and try it."
Yeah. Oh, I overdid it by.
Here we go.
I had 3 gear 11.
Your overconfidence is your weakness, Grande. Your faith in your friends is yours.
Although I play into gear Phoenix all to gear 11 though for territory battles.
Get your double power.
I think. Well, you kind of have to because they're in what? They're the phase.
No, it's stealth another ship, fool.
Just hit that full auto green button, man. You're good to go.
Chrome Cobra, are you asking about in-game or if there were actual characters?
Yeah, if you guys have questions for debate, put them up there.
Yeah.
So he has one. He's asking Mace versus Maul, who wins? But
Mace.
It's a big difference. Well,
Mace
not in game.
Not in game. I know it's Mace. Mace Windu.
It depends
on
what.
It's ridiculous how bad Mace is in the game.
I know.
It's actually sad. It's actually sad and very offensive to be.
I don't know if I'm gonna get this, guys. I don't know.
Shut up, Grande.
It's looking pretty tough, man.
Yeah, it's looking real tough. Yeah.
We're all pulling for you.
He's gonna dodge.
You had to put your arena mods on your ships.
I had to put my arena mods on my ships. And
that's why you're having a hard time.
I know. I had to try it for 3.5 hours on a stream with a bunch of other people telling me exactly what to do. When I should ask Grande Patron what to do.
It took me 1 hour, Ranger. It took me 1 hour, Ranger.
And.
just saying.
And
here we go. We're gonna savor the moment.
I got mine on my second try.
And
we're gonna savor the moment.
And I overgeared the hell out of them. Yeah.
We're savoring the moment. Let's savor the moment. Oh, we did it. Oh, whoops.
You weren't supposed to do that. You messed up.
Premature.
Yeah, oh Lord.
Sorry.
But no, Mace would beat Maul. I mean.
Oh, hey, look. Hey.
Oh, you get 8 shards you don't need and 500k and.
I know. I get 8 shards of stuff I don't need.
Mace had Sidious beat if Anakin wouldn't have interfered.
Sidious was letting him. If you read the novelization, Sidious was letting him do that. I mean, Mace on his. I mean, Sidious was in a league. Any other Sith, Mace would be able to deal with it, but Sidious was playing him like a fiddle. He knew Anakin was nearby. He knew what was happening. Sidious being the puppet master that he is. I mean, he set all that in motion. You know, I mean, he from the beginning, and in the novelization, you could see that even Mace had an inkling like, You didn't see how the ending was going to go, though. That's right.
I never read the novel.
You should. They're good books. What? So we're having debate night. It's me and Finn trying to do debates. No one's giving us topics. All right. Who wins in a lightsaber fight? Fulcrum Ahsoka or Return of the Jedi Luke? Ooh. I lean toward Jedi Luke from Return of the Jedi. Finn, where do you stand on this?
Fulcrum Ahsoka because she has 2 of them.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, Ahsoka had a lot more training, you would think.
Yeah, but by
I'm going with Fulcrum Ahsoka.
Well, Luke did beat Vader. She did not beat Vader. Therefore, Luke is better.
Luke didn't beat Vader. Come on.
He cut his hand off! Your repose, Finn.
Fulcrum Ahsoka.
Oh, Jesus. And why?
The Emperor, being the puppet master he is, interfered and made Vader weak for that fight.
That was exactly what it was. Nothing to do that he was having conflicting points about Luke being his son or anything and being pulled back to the light.
Can I use one of Ranger's points?
No.
The reason why Fulcrum Ahsoka is better than Luke is because when Luke grows up, he ends up being friends with Porgs. How can you ever select somebody that is friends with Porgs, Ranger?
If I knew that was a BS argument, then I would give it to you. But I know you're just saying that because. Wait, why are you trying to help me? You're supposed to argue. You said so confused.
No, you said Luke. I'm asking you why you selected somebody that becomes friends with Porgs.
We don't know that. They were with Chewbacca. I didn't see any Porgs with Luke.
Oh, he's going to be friends with. They're going to be friends with Luke.
You know, when you assume Finn, you make out of ass out of you. It was just a creative way
for him to bring up Porg again.
Yeah, I mean, see what he does here. Finn, you're banned from debating. It'll be me and Grande because I'm sick of the Porg debate. Everything's Porg. It's just Porg. My God, dear God in heaven. All right, Grande. Who would win Who would win in a pod race, Anakin or Luke?
I'm thinking Anakin wins.
Yeah.
It has to be little Annie though, because he weighs.
Oh, little Annie! Yippee! Me so happy you just chosen him.
Man, that one blew.
Wow, your freaking defense. Your defense went up like 4 times, dude. God, that's awful.
Did you see that? Yeah, it was terrible.
God, that was awful.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you let Grande do mods on the stream. Yeah, it's hard to answer.
It's gonna take forever.
It's hard to argue with Anakin as a pod racer because in the movies he, what you want to say about the prequels, All right, here's the debate issue. What is your favorite movie and why do you think it's the best one? We'll go with you, Grande.
New Hope. It's the best movie.
All right, Finn, what's yours?
I actually would probably go with Rogue One.
I'm a Rogue One too. I'm a Rogue One believer myself. All right, Grande, why do you think New Hope is the best movie of all the Star Wars movies?
It's the original.
Besides the original, give me a better argument. Because something was first doesn't necessarily mean it's the best.
It's a boy coming of age type movie.
Well, you do like boys coming of age.
Wow. Okay.
Shots fired.
Something got fired, that's for sure.
That was he just shot the missiles at you. He didn't even waste time anymore.
I know.
Grande, he misses you. You haven't been on the live streams for a while, so he has to do this.
The Lady on Dane Prison has changed Grande. His time is limited.
You see, my point.
It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life for Grande.
Oh, you just keep proving my point.
It's a hard knock life for Grande.
For us. It's a hard knock life for us.
You just see Grande in the prison just mopping the floor, like instead of getting trick.
I guess.
So you should. I don't know. I'm just guessing, Grande. You're the subject matter expert. I can't answer all these questions for you.
I'm the subject matter expert. Okay. I guess.
By the way, did you get our commissary supplement that we sent you?
I did. The shampoo and deodorant were nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we know you felt about Chewbacca. We wanted you to have the same silky hair that you had. All right, Finn, why is Rogue One the better movie? Grande's was because it's a coming-of-age story for a young boy, and it was the first one.
So, Rogue One actually, in terms of where the movie takes place in terms of plot, had a pretty daunting task of trying to tie together the first trilogy and the second. And I think it did a really good job of that. In addition, I think it brought to life, even though their characters only existed really for one movie, the characters really stood out, whether it was Chirrut and Baze and just kind of the way they work, Jin, just the whole thing. I like the way that they brought characters to life, even with just a single movie. Didn't need a trilogy in order to build it up, and it did accomplish the task of tying together the two trilogies.
There was a scene there where Cassian was talking about why they wanted to join Jyn, and I mean, being a former soldier and stuff, that hit me in the gut. I was like, my God, whoever wrote this knows a little bit about fighting and combat and what war's really all about.
Yeah. So Rogue One seriously was a very good war type movie. Absolutely.
Yeah, some people in the chat are saying Empire.
Rogue One put the wars in Star Wars.
Oh my God. Yeah, Empire, don't get me wrong, Empire's was my favorite of all time until Rogue One. I think Empire's phenomenally good. Directed by Irving Kushner, not George Lucas. Many people don't know that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great stuff in Empire, but I don't know, Rogue One hit me in a certain way that I was just like, I mean, the sacrifice made in that movie. I mean, yeah, we didn't get as much character development as we wanted, but it was about the group effort and the sacrifice that they all made. I mean, K2SO, when he dies at the end, was, I mean, every single, it just hits you, man.
Hey Ranger, have you read the
I actually like Empire.
Go ahead, Grande.
I said I actually like Empire Strikes Back because it has the main war scene right at the beginning.
I think Hoth is, it's up there as one of the great.
So I think that's a really great one as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole Hoth sequence was phenomenal. What were you going to say?
No, I think I have heard that there's a bunch of deleted scenes of extended battle footage.
I know they cut a lot of that movie and changed it.
I wish they would release that one day, the whole Battle of Hoth, the full thing. That would be cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of in the trenches.
Loki, what
stuff.
In the name of Christ are you saying in chat?
You guys ever seen that movie?
Okay, I want to see what he wrote. What did you write down?
You get to see Cassian's pee-pee in that movie. I don't care about Cassian's pee-pee.
That's why Rogue One is the best.
That's why.
You didn't. Where did you write this? Okay, not in Skype.
Why did the whole stream just stop, man? We were having a good flow going, and
there's two things that can easily stop the discussion.
Don't say it.
One is Porgs, and two is the character's pee-pee.
Oh.
And 3 would be a fleshlight.
Oh my God. Shay.
Awkward.
Shay. We promise not to be raunchy.
I don't think, Paul, I disagree with you.
We save those for Saturday.
Paul, I don't think it was an awkward scene. I think it's when you're about to, I thought that was beautifully shot, where they're looking at each other. I think it's regret you see in their faces, but again, accomplishment. They know they're going to die. And I love the fact that they did not kiss in that final moment, that they just held each other like two comrades in arms, two friends that know that this is the end. And I thought it was really well done. But you know what? That doesn't mean I'm right, because think about film and stuff like that. It's very subjective. As we watch Grande in an epic battle here,
I'm getting slaughtered over here, guys.
Oh my God!
Normally I don't get slaughtered, but he right out of the gate. He fractured poor Luke Skywalker, and I was like, really? Of anybody, you had to fracture Luke? Can't you fracture GK or something? Come on!
I can see your point about that, Paul. For me, that's what I kind of interpret it as. All the movies, including the prequels,
I'm gonna kamikaze win with this GK.
Now this is welcome back to NPR. We've just demonstrated with Grande Patron what not to do.
Holy crap, man! How did you lose this battle?
Well, quite easily it seems.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, Darren, he straight did. And I loved it. Yeah, that scene in Force Awakens, Kylo killing Han Solo, was gut-wrenching as well. Oh God.
Hey, who was the dude in the very beginning of Force Awakens?
Played by what's his name?
That he killed. The old guy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be you would consider him like a priest of the Force. would be the best way to describe his kind of character. He's like someone that doesn't use the Force, but he's like he believes in it and stuff like that. He's mentioned more in other things. They haven't really fleshed out his character that much. I'd like to see more backstory about. I mean, he has intimate knowledge about Kylo and stuff like that, so it'd be interesting to see that.
Max Van. I can't think of his name. It eludes me at the moment. Hell of an actor. He's been in a ton of stuff.
Max von Sydow.
Sydow, yeah. He was in Conan the Barbarian. I always remember him as the king. Of course, he's been in a lot of phenomenal roles and stuff, but I just remember that. The Christmas Ewok special is the best Star Wars. You're just trolling. Yeah, Finn, what do you think about the Ewok Christmas shows that they did back in the day, the 2 movies?
They're second to Rogue One.
You are a filthy turd. You're a lying prostitute, Finn. My ass. What do you?
I've got a good debate topic that I just thought
of.
Sure. Better DPS combo, the Wigs combo or Han and Leia?
Which one?
The Han and the
OG
late
Han
and OG Leia. Like, I mean, those two now are just insane.
That Zeta makes OG Han and Leia the changes. Oh,
but there isn't really a combo there, right?
Well, there's
not really a combo, as a team,
but when you face Han and Leia on a team now, it's just like, oh my god!
Well, I mean, if you have Wigs with OG Han and OG Leia, you can put them all together, and it's that much better. But
yeah. So you wouldn't really have any. I don't know. You need a good tank with all that because
put old Ben and go back to the Dodge meta.
Yeah.
Just annoy the crap.
Everyone loved the Dodge meta.
No, I did not like the Dodge meta. I hated it. Oh, I hated it so much.
And then Maul brought it back for a little while.
I know the Maul thing was. We do not need a new movie with Porg and Ewok. The tour, shame on you.
A Infinity's Paradise.
Just call it Infinity's Paradise. Infinity's Paradise. Or Star Wars. Infinity's Paradise.
That's an interesting.
It's about how Porg and Ewok can become friends despite their conflict.
Nobody cares, Finn. Shut up. So OG Han and Leia, Biggs and Wedge. Wow. That's a real. If you can only pick 2, I mean, I kind of lean to OG Han and Leia.
Bye bye.
I mean, to tell you the truth, when I'm in arena, I will play.
Oh no, Grande!
I'm losing everything today.
Hey, welcome to my world.
All right.
Well, you didn't mod your ships, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, let's go back and remod your roster, Grande.
Oh Jesus.
The 3.
Well, I wonder when they're going to come out. The ships do have that little thing where you can put a droid in them. I wonder if that's going to be similar to mods.
That's a great question. They'd have to introduce a whole bunch of astromech droids to do that.
Well, not necessarily astromech droid. They could be like something like, a mod or something. Like it could be like not even a character that you put in the ship. It's just something that you add to your ship, like a mod, but for ships.
I'm with you, Kagero. See, Paul asks, who in the Star Wars universe would you most like to have a beer with? Discuss. That's a great question. If you had to have a beer with somebody,
Han.
Yeah.
Dude, General Kenobi, he could go up to any girl and just go hello there, and then you have someone.
What do you mean?
He's like the greatest wingman.
Well, first you have to like girls.
Yeah, when he went to
Finn, you have to first like girls and actually sleep with them instead of Ewoks and stuff.
When you're having a beer with someone, though, you're sitting around discussing things, and I bet Han has the best stories.
I know. Who would you pick, Finn?
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi? That's who you're going with? Okay. I can see General Kenobi. It's like... And it comes up like, what am I going to do? Nothing. Go find him. Me and Finn got a drink.
Endo. As the...
Who?
Lando.
Oh, yeah. Get some smooth malt liquor in you. I like that. Colt 45.
Lando would be good, too, yeah.
You pop the top and the panties drop.
Oh, jeez.
Well, who'd you pick?
At the end of the night, Lando would end up swindling you to pay for all the tab, though.
That's true.
Probably.
Yep.
What about you, Lady Ondane? Who would you like to have a drink, a cocktail, a beer with?
Ooh.
Oh.
Who would I? Well, I would be kind of torn. I would either I would totally avoid
Luke
Han
and
at
his
all
dreamy
costs.
blue eyes.
What?
Said Luke and his dreamy blue eyes.
No, Luke is too much of a naive dude. It would be between
Jabba and Boba.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna let me finish?
Yeah, Finn, quit being a turd. Wait.
Porg.
Oh. Wait, aren't you in her harem? How are you like disobeying her?
Yeah, she's your queen, man. You
Yeah,
can't
I
talk
mean,
over
Finn,
your queen.
you're being very disrespectful.
I've been very naughty.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna punish him later.
Oh my god.
Hooray!
Okay, so it would have to be between
any choice you like, you give two if you're feeling frosty.
I'll have multiple choices. Yeah, it would definitely have to be between. I couldn't do Han because he's way too much trouble and. Bleh,
Yeah, he loves Leia. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not like that. But it would have to be what's his name? I would probably choose Poe.
Poe.
Or yeah, I'd probably choose Poe.
Poe. You were gonna say Finn too, weren't you?
No, Poe or.
She already has me.
What?
Finn, you're being punished. Shut your hole.
She was gonna say Finn. She already has, so that's why she stopped.
Finn, not Finity.
Yeah, British Finn, not Indian Finn.
Oh my god.
Hey, no, that's whatever. Race, religion doesn't matter.
Well, you know, he's really.
She's equal opportunity for all Finns.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
She's into all Finn.
Oh my god. I hate you.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Yeah, so we got Poe. Did you have another one you'd want to throw out there into the pen?
It would have to be Ben. Obi-Wan.
Old Ben?
Or
no,
General Kenobi?
Young Ben. No, Young Ben.
General Kenobi.
I can just see now General Kenobi comes in, it's like, well, hello there. And she's like, oh, my God.
How could you say no to a guy who looks like you, to Ewan McGregor? Oh.
He's a fine Highlander.
Oh.
He wasn't the Highlander.
Yeah, he's Highlander.
Ewan McGregor?
It's a Scottish. You know that comes from Scotland.
If it's
and
not
he's Scottish.
It's shite.
No,
he's from Scotland. He's from the Highlands.
Freaking, what's his name?
No, not the movie. He's an actual Highlander. It's an actual term.
He's from Coruscant. No.
Oh, yes, the Highlands of Coruscant. You've been there many times. It's a great vacation spot. Oh, wait, there are no mountains there.
Oh,
or
God.
hills.
The Highlander. Was it Christopher Lambert?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And Sean Connery, man. Freaking James Bond was a freaking Highlander, man. Or were you an Adrian Paul kind of guy?
Oh. No, I'm an original Highlander guy.
So you're a Sean Connery Highlander guy?
Oh, of course, I'm Sean Connery. What kind of nonsense are you speaking?
No, I liked the Highlander series with Adrian Paul.
All right, we need to stop before our Lady Ondane explodes.
Shush!
You can't shush me. I'm not in your harem. Last I looked, this is RSG, Lady Ondane. You could take your men's wherever you like, but you ain't gonna try that with me.
Shush. She said
shush.
Yeah, I know.
She said shush.
I hope that was directed at your slave Finn.
Slave Finn. How about that?
Oh God, that's a horrifying thought.
Slave Finn.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die over here.
I would too. Speaking of Slave Finn, would make me die too.
Oh my god.
Slave Finn. Oh my god. We need
naughty and I need to be punished.
Shut up, Finn!
He's naughty and he needs to be punished.
You're on hookah duty. You better go clean up.
You're on timeout, buddy. All right, let's get back to Star Wars. So
get me, please. I beg you.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking for a question. Worst punishment: Vader or on Han, or on Dane on Finn? Ooh.
What?
Worst punishment: Vader. What Vader did to Han, or what on Dane's going to do to Finn? What's the worst punishment?
What
I don't know. Being frozen in carbonite is pretty brutal.
Well, no, he tortured him first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like.
They didn't even ask me
right?
any questions.
Yeah. He kind of did a little bit of Harry Carey right there, huh? Han Solo.
Here's a question for you.
He didn't even give me a Budweiser.
Sorry, I've been busy. The Cubs are up 9-6 over the Nationals. Ryan Sandberg's had a hell of a game. 4 for 4 with three home runs. It's been amazing. Rick Sundquist pitched a no-hitter. I don't know how they scored 6 runs. It's crazy. Here's a question. If you had a lightsaber, what flavor would it be? Grande, your thoughts.
It would be cherry flavored.
Oh, you made a wise choice. If you had strawberries, I would have come at you with a bazooka.
I was thinking pomegranate and blood.
Wow, what? What kind of nonsense is this? It's that Generation X coming through, speaking about stuff they know nothing about. Pomegranate, oh my god.
My lightsaber tastes like barbecued spare ribs.
That's a great choice. I know, I love barbecue spare ribs. I have me a nice cold Budweiser to wash it all down. Budweiser! Beechwood A's!
All right, we'll be here all night, folks.
With the addition of new characters, has the meta...
I think that is my favorite voice that you do. That one's awesome.
Who would win between Darth Vader in a modified good suit or Palpatine? Well, Palpatine would win. I mean, he could just use... Well, you did say modified suit, because that's one of Vader's weaknesses is Force Lightning. And Palpatine would just cook his flesh. Oh God. You want to betray me, do you? But if he had a modified
Vader was still
suit,
tender.
He would be a little tender. Yeah, I think the lava pain would be coming back in spades. But if he had a modified suit,
who had a better time torturing and hurting people than Palpatine? He's always always had such a great time.
Yeah, I mean, Vader just did it because it was just what was required. He just was like, whatever the task was required. He didn't take pleasure from it. He just did it. Like, I want information. You will tell me, right? I mean, he tortured Leia for Christ's sake.
It was great.
You know?
What about Ugnaught?
Who gives a shit about Ugnaught? What the?
Well, he seemed to really enjoy helping with the carbonating of Han. I think he does this on his free time.
Really?
I think Ugnaught probably... Yeah. And he's considered a light side. After all of that, still considered a light side.
You think about this way too much, you know?
You have no idea.
And it wasn't a Porg or an Ewok comment.
Yeah, it was much better than an Ugnaught comment. Boy, we've really upped our ante with like discussions
of things that just aren't going anywhere.
I mean, Lady Ondine, what are you doing? Why are you letting Finn just do what he's doing? I mean, he's in your harem.
Hey, you know what? We said that today is not going to be raunchy, so I'm not saying anything.
No, I'm not talking about raunchy. I'm just talking about beating his ass.
Ugnaught or Lobot?
Great question in the chat, by the way. Great question from Grim.
What was the most memorable Star Wars moment for you guys? Oh, that is a great question. What is the most memorable Star Wars moment for you guys? What's that one moment that really hit you in the gut?
When Anakin is about to kill all those kids.
Oh, Master Skywalker, that's a good choice.
What are we to do? There's too many.
I just sat there watching that, and I was about to cry. I was like, oh my God.
That was pretty heavy.
All right, let's go around the corn. Grande, what was your most memorable Star Wars moment?
When Jar Jar fell off the AT-AT. Because
We wish. Oh, Misa found a walker. Misa,
God,
Jar Jar, use the boomba. Misa don't have a boomba. Ugh, so horrifying. I think episode 1's my worst. I hate that. That almost ruined the movie for me. Thank God for Darth Maul. Let's see the other Dane Grande. Loki, what's your most memorable Star Wars moment?
Recently,
it could be. It doesn't have to be recently. It could just be any moment that just for you is that one pivotal moment. You're like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, you know what? I know the prequels don't get any love, but you know what? Going to episode 1, it's the Maul fight scene.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
I mean,
Duel of the Fates, one of the best soundtracks there is.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about really? I mean, if it wasn't for Maul, episode 1 would have been it's just horrible. It'd be disastrous. But what I really miss, and I hope Last Jedi or maybe episode 9 will have the high-speed lightsaber fighting again. Which is, I miss it, man. I mean, as bad as the prequels were
the lightsaber fights were extraordinary.
The lightsaber fighting is the best. I mean, come on. I mean,
that goes
super
to
high speed.
Yeah, my favorites.
Young, everybody's athletic. You know.
I'll throw mine out there. Yeah, it wasn't the actual fight. I mean, the fights are incredible, but that scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar after he cuts his arm and his leg off, and Ewan McGregor hit the way he reacts to Anakin. Still,
you were the chosen one. That was a really good scene.
God, it just hit you. Right. Every time I see that, I'm like, Jesus, Ewan, what were you thinking, man, to pull that off? The other scene that really sticks out to me recently was Ahsoka when Vader, for that moment, becomes Anakin. And cries out her
I
name.
knew you were going to talk about this.
Talk about heart wrenching when he says Ahsoka's name and her eyes widen and she turns around and she's like, Anakin. Oh. Jesus, but those two moments for me are the two moments that just like hit me in the gut. I was like, God. I mean, the casting speech was good, but those two specifically moments. Somebody is, what is that? They're opening Oreos or what the hell's going on?
Grande.
I'm not doing anything.
Anybody else want to pipe up? Say your favorite moment. Go for it.
Sure, I got one. My favorite that I can think of, and there's several, of course, but my favorite is episode 2 of all things, and the huge battle on Geonosis.
Pretty good. Pretty amazing.
That's so. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, and people criticize it for, well, it's too cluttered, there's too much at once, but every Jedi. I mean, Luminara is in that scene briefly.
And Barasafi. Before she went to the dark side. Anybody else? That's a great scene.
Just
Vader in the hallway.
Oh, God, yes, I forgot about that. Vader in Rogue One. Jesus.
Rogue One, oh my God.
God. That scene alone makes that movie phenomenal. I mean, the terror on those guys.
That one, or since you brought the cartoons in it, the Palpatine versus Maul and
God, versus Savage.
Epic. Like that's another one where
that one's really good.
You talked about how Palpatine would like to laugh when he's torturing people. He's like laughing while
he's fighting them.
He's fighting. He's just like ha 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 ha.
Like oh my God.
He just owns them the whole time. It's pretty epic.
Great threat.
The other one for me was when Fives dies.
That's a great scene.
I was just I like those kind of emotions because everyone expects the sci-fi genre or whatever to be kind of a little bit out there, and you expect you guys expect, you want to see fights between Jedi, or with Jedi, with Sith, just the cool aspect. But then it really makes it more human when you see things like this, things that will test your character, and it just sort of make you think, and stuff like that, where it kind of makes it more, kind of brings it down to earth, so to speak. So when I saw that, Fives was just awesome to the very end, and he tried so hard, and he got, I think it was Rex he saved, because he told and it was, I think, I forgot the other clone, because there was 2 clones who survived Order 66.
At the top of my head, I can't think of their names. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, he told him about the chip. Yeah.
Yeah, he told Rex, and Rex told one other clone about, and it's just the 2 of them that they took him out. That's why Rex survived to the Rebels.
Yeah. The Yoda Dooku fight in Episode 2 was pretty amazeballs.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But will you have my own phone?
Well, when you decide age, Yoda said it perfectly. He says, "You think me small, do you? Size matters.
Size matters not. Judge me by my size."
For the Force is with me.
But you should not.
And this little 3 foot whatever.
Although
guy,
that scene between Yoda and Palpatine in Episode 3 was freaking incredible.
Was awesome. Oh yeah.
God, he walks in, those 2 troopers, those 2 guards turn around, and he's like, and just throws him against the wall. It's like, oh my God.
He's just like, meh.
You're not important.
You're like, here, go away, fly. Oh, it's just awesome.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Anybody else?
Ship battles.
Mine is kind of outside the box.
If
here.
you say Porg, Ewok, or Ugnaught, I will.
No,
you.
it's not. It's not.
Okay, this is serious.
It's a serious one.
This is super serial, Finn.
It's a little bit outside the box, though.
That's okay.
So when you're thinking about Star Wars moments, I'm thinking
the one that hits you. I mean, this is about you.
Well, I'm thinking about just the impact of Star Wars in general, and so my quote unquote Star Wars moment isn't actually in Star Wars. It's, in all honesty, the release of Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is its own discussion.
Spaceballs is probably one of my top 2 movies of all time.
Lone Star. We meet again for the last and first time.
You know what? I watched Spaceballs first before I watched the Star Wars.
Oh my God!
I was like, what? Like, this movie was awesome, but I'm like, what is this? And then I watched Star Wars, and then I said,
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Let's see how you handle it.
Only one man would dare give me the raspberry.
Lone Star. What's this? This is Mr. Coffee. Oh, that's right. Everybody knows I like to drink coffee before I look at radar. Yes, sir.
and the jamming thing. I'm like, look at this. He's like, let's jam them. And
I know. When he keeps doing the noise, he just grabs the speaker and starts throwing
strawberry jam.
Yeah, there's all that jam just flies into the
jam.
And then you see this giant, the giant helmet.
I know.
Little dude.
Barf, we're not doing this for money. We're doing this for a shit ton of money. Oh, you're right, boss.
There's a guy on my ship shard called Spaceballs the Flamethrower, and I will avoid fighting him, just not because he's hard to beat, but because I love his name so much.
Every time I see dark helmets. Or the Schwartz, we have a player who calls himself the Schwartz, and I'm just like, oh, that's so
cool.
They're cool.
They're cool.
Oh yeah, Kev Jerry when he's playing with the dolls. I want to resist you, but I can't. I find you so attractive. The guy comes marching in, he's like, what did I tell you about knocking? I'm sorry, sir. What is it? Did you see me play with my dolls? I did not see you play with your dolls again, sir. Good.
I loved how Lone Star was piloting this giant old school RV. You're just looking at this and you're like, oh my god.
I know.
Barf.
And the Mega Maid that sucked out the atmosphere from the planet.
Suck. What's the combination? All right, I'll give it to you. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. That's it? Asshole would have that kind of combination. That's my combination for my luggage.
Oh God.
Oh, Patrick Lynch says, Sir Loki and Ranger, who is the next legendary side tune to save us from this rebel meta? I mean, it's Revan. Please, Jesus and baby Jesus, CG gods, if you're listening. Please.
I concur.
God.
Yes, me too.
I think it's going to be
who?
Mother Townsend.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I was actually thinking
sorry.
the same thing.
I think she'll get a nice little. She'll be a nice little thing, but she's not going to be meta changing or even meta impacting. I'm sorry.
But it doesn't really say anything about the meta. Oh, he put it in another comment. Okay, I missed that.
I think you need to bring in Revan, and I think you need to bring in the Sith Triumvirate, and then you can have Nihilus, Skyon, Revan, Malik, and what's her name?
Talia.
No, not Talia. Darth.
Raya. Treya, something.
Treya, thank you.
But doesn't Kenobi already break the Rebel meta? I mean, he's not dark side, but.
Well, then what's the point of arguing if it's not dark side?
Well, yeah, but what's going to be Revan, though? Is he going to be dark side and light side put together?
I don't care. Just bring him in here because I want to use him.
Here's a question. What do y'all think about them doing another Vader? Because in my mind, there can be only
They've
one.
got to rework some of these dark side characters.
Oh, he's got to be reworked.
I mean,
yeah, he's got to be reworked. I mean, but sometimes they will do a different.
I mean, what are you going to bring in? You gonna bring in Jacuzzi Vader or something? or
Jacuzzi Vader.
Yeah, I know. Or they try
Vader.
to say they try to say a different episode Vader or something. I don't know, but
well, if you bring in Rebels Vader, okay. I mean, maybe but you're gonna give him some new artwork or something. But
Loki, I was just.
I didn't get that at all.
I didn't.
You're breaking up, my friend.
Me too. I didn't hear that.
That was Max
Check
Headroom.
your connection. Check your connection, my friend. When you get checked out, then come on back and then say.
How lame would it be? They have two Lukes, 3 Leias, and now
no.
And only one Vader.
They could do a Darth Vader that is before the fight with Obi-Wan. Where he's essentially Anakin, but dark side.
And his robes, the yellow eyes. I mean, I could see that, but I just think they need Darth Vader himself. I mean, like some of the abilities you have, I mean, like a Force choke should be something where he lifts the person in the air and they take massive damage. It's Force choke, bitches.
Well, it should be an instant. It should be an instant kill, man. I mean, really, because that's what the Force choke did, man. He killed everybody.
I mean, you can call it lack of faith. I mean, there's all these little twists and stuff you can do to Vader to make him just, badass. I mean, look what in Rogue One, like where, somebody's shooting at him, he just starts deflecting it back at him. He has a chance to deflect it and do damage back at him.
Has a new ability called I Am Your Father that insta-kills CLS.
Mm-hmm.
Or just permanently stuns him,
Yeah.
Or just cuts his freaking hand off.
I really don't think they're gonna bring Mortal Kombat aspects to Star Wars.
One can only hope.
Hey, here's an idea I had.
Sure.
That's funny. You guys are talking about a Vader rework. Am I audible?
You're audible.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Oh, good.
And
you were
good. You were audible, and then you just
were good.
And ladies, I was thinking, and this probably won't happen. Check.
He's good. Go ahead, buddy.
You're good. It's just like lagging behind.
My thought was there would be possibly a evil Jedi Anakin right before he goes into the Vader costume.
Yeah, because technically he was already called Darth Vader, right?
Than the Vader rework.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
Youngling killing Anakin?
Master Skywalker, what are we to do? There's too many. Yeah.
Or we can call him like the Tusken Executioner Anakin.
Oh, yeah. I killed him! And not just the men.
I don't think
but the women! And the children, too! I hate them!
Is it Carrie Anakin? How about that?
Oh, could you imagine that? Hi, I killed them all. Not just the men. Hell, I went to town on the women and the children.
Is Harry Carey saying, "Hey, I killed them all"?
I hate saying.
Coarse.
I really
coarse.
Do. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. I like this planet a lot more than the Tatooine.
Grande, are you still playing Phase 1 of the tank?
Yeah, did you see that? I'm still playing Phase 1.
Everything's so soft here.
I'm just practicing. I have to keep
practicing counting to 7 or what?
I'm just playing around.
Hey, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Your thoughts? I mean, look at what I've done. I've brought peace and prosperity to my new empire. Brought to you by Budweiser.
Oh, that's gold. You just took it to gear level 12 with that one.
Oh, good.
So if we all think Mother Talzin's coming as a legendary event, you think she's going to have synergy with Maul 2 and Savage?
She should.
Oh. Valin7778 asks, do you think that November will be Empire Month?
No.
No.
It'll Night Sister Month. Yeah, it'll be
Night Sister November.
Grim says, this cover reminds me of a one pic I saw of a kid dressed up as a Tusken with a cardboard sign saying, Anakin killed my family. That's brilliant. Somebody had to do it. I mean, younglings, we can't have them growing up becoming all powerful Jedis. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Dunstan. Oh, inside, ball 3. And a little bit, you can tell that the pitcher's got a little less mustard on the heater. He's not using forced push as best as he could. He should throw a slider here. I do hope we get Inferno Squad with Lisa Battlefront 2. They might do that. We'll see if they cross-pollinate. Jango Fett is a bounty hunter leader for Darkside TV. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it would be kind of interesting.
He just gave up the home run. You could call that a force choke.
Talk about choking. I haven't seen choking that bad since A New Hope, starring Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. Directed by George Papalopoulos Lucas.
George Papalopoulos from Webster? Is that what you said?
Well, whatever floats your boat. I'm not judgmental. Greek, Russian, it's all the same to me.
That's a good point. Night Sisters are
Lucas
more
isn't.
Thing, so yes.
He's as big as everybody.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
Oh, whoever that is, you're lagging a little bit, my friend.
But so Night Sisters will probably be at the end of October, rolling into November, if last month is any indication, so people can take advantage of the Talia drops. So it's kind of rolling into November. Plus, we're almost halfway.
Yeah, it'll be a Halloween type thing.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had any of the new characters, and we can probably assume
when Phasma was last month, when did BB-8 come out?
It went all the way into November 1st. Yeah, the event rolled into November 1st, I believe. So you could just get Phasma if you didn't have her with those tokens and finish it.
Hey, I've got a question. For Halloween, which Star Wars character are you going to dress up as? I'm going as Slave Leia. Your thoughts?
I'm gonna go as Spock.
Oh, good. I was afraid you were going to pick Captain Kirk. He's too precocious for me.
Oh man.
I will probably dress up like I'm not going to be anything Star Wars related.
Grim.
No, I did Star Wars last year.
You did?
Is
What were
Kylo
you
Yeah.
Zeta still worth getting?
I
What do we
was
think
Qui-Gon
about that?
Jinn.
Kylo Ren
Oh.
Zeta. Do we think Xylo is still viable or worth getting? Not right now with all the rebels and stuff you need for territory battles, unfortunately.
Unless you're in a guild that's working on
Well,
phase
yeah,
one of
heroic
heroic
AT, that would be a caveat. I would give into that. Shy Bears, who would give the best helmet, Leia or Princess Vespa?
What?
Oh my god, really?
Oh,
Next question.
no. All right.
I do
Patrick
one day
Lynch
want to
asks-
go as Vader for Halloween though, because I'm his size. I'm a big 6'6" dude, so
Hey, is
I
it
think
just
that would
me,
be
or
cool.
does Vader have a breathing problem? Somebody get him some asthma medicine. It's out of control. Patrick Lynch asks,
Did you guys see the robot chicken spoofs of Vader?
Oh, who hasn't?
With him? Oh, they're so good.
Hey, KP67.
Oh yeah, those are hilarious.
Those are so good. He was totally vaping and weed or whatever the hell he was doing, and then he was like, "Oh, I loved it."
Oh, that's a great question. Do we think Last Jedi characters will define or change the meta? Ooh,
Of course.
Yeah, but who do we
No.
think it'll be?
There'll be one, I'm sure.
Not even a
It'll be
Porg,
it'll
Finn.
be
You've
Jedi
lost
Ray.
faith, my
Jedi
friend.
Ray, yeah.
I don't know
Jedi
how
Ray.
with the power they've given to Commander Luke and the rarity that they've made him so you could get him, because you need a legendary character just to even get him at this point. I don't see how they can introduce a new character at this point with just the
why
new
not?
movie that would
Yes, we are,
overwhelm
KP67.
Commander
Jedi
Luke.
Ray needs would need BB-8. It'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
No,
If
well,
Je-
it depends. It depends on the path. Look at what all the other legendary characters have needed versus what you needed for Luke. Because Luke was beyond just the legendary, right? He needed a legendary character just to even get him. So I don't see how they can introduce somebody, just conceptually, who is easier to get than Commander Luke, yet will be more powerful. They've kind of forced you into a Commander Luke.
No, not
area
easier to get, but it'll be like a Ray's Journey thing where you need to have Old Man Han,
Yeah.
Old Man
Poe
Chewie,
and
BB-8, Poe and Finn, or probably not Poe. I think Finn.
Right. If they duplicate that same journey as they did with Luke,
Where
with
basically
Rey,
she
then
has
with-
to go through the Force Awakens movie.
Yes. If they do something like that, then I agree with you. I just don't see them doing something like that.
Who would give the best helmet? C-3PO or Dot Matrix? Wow.
Next question.
I would like to explore this one a little bit.
C-3PO,
No.
he doesn't shut his mouth.
Of course, Master Skywalker. I would be glad. Oh,
Oh my god, that was bad.
it's like I'm fluent in over 6 months. Shut up.
Okay.
Next.
For someone that brought up the fleshlight and stuff, you're being, punishing Finn, all that kind of stuff. I mean, being a little squeamish there, Lady on Dane.
I promised I wouldn't. I promised I would be. What's it called? Proper. Okay.
Why?
So
Who'd you promise this to?
I'm not gonna say.
All right. It sure wasn't Finn.
No.
I don't promise Finn anything. That's how he gets you. Will Night Sisters come with metal? I don't. Oh, with Maul.
Metal?
Patrick. He said metal, then he put Maul.
Slayer will be playing in the background.
Run to the hills. Run for your life.
War Ensemble!
Oh my god.
Maul comes up, you start hearing Tom Sawyer. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean bye. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean bye.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, his mind is not for rent. Oh, someone needs a sleepy time. Lady
I wake
Undane's
up
not
at
able to
5
hang up
o'clock
the
every
big
day.
boys.
I wake up at 5:30 every single day.
I know you do. Bless your heart for being up this late. If you got to go, Lady Undane, because I know you got a little one, that's okay. But if you want to hang out at school too.
What was that?
I said I know.
Was that concern? Was that concern? I heard.
What do you mean? I always show concern.
He just doesn't show it to me. There's a difference.
Well, if you quit bringing up Porg and Ewoks and freaking Ugnaughts, maybe I would.
Porkins?
Porkins is different. I'm fine with Porkins. I've got it.
Oh, I just want to get to a question.
I'm looking for some, but there's all about like.
How about this one? If there was one Zeta to put on Phoenix Squadron, who would it be?
Oh jeez.
Oh wow.
Since they just released 5 of them.
Sabine.
Yeah, I think it's Sabine.
I think it's Ezra.
Ezra has one.
Zeta? Yeah, I put it on.
No, they just all got Zetas at the same time. I don't know. As a team, I think Kanan.
Worst Force Farm team. First Order or Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
First Order had pieces that were always useful.
First Phoenix, I mean, they crammed that down our old.
First Order has Kylo Ren, which is good by himself.
Kylo Ren.
So is First Order Stormtrooper. He's just hard to farm, but he's awesome. And Phasma was great at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
for beginner players, she's still a good leader.
Yeah.
But for First Order, you could use so Phasma you could use in Rancor. The Xylo you use in Hat. The First Order team you could use in Hat. The First Order you could even use in Arena, I think, for up to a certain point. Like it's just they have too many use. They have much more use than Phoenix, who is to get Thrawn and for like 2 battles. 2 special missions in territory battles. That's it. It's kind of useless.
Phoenix was just awful.
As a group.
They're good at
Galactic Heather War. Douglas. Hey, Heather. And the Tor. We've got lots of people in here. How many people we got? Let me check here. Let me just look. We got 50 people watching us.
Phoenix are actually good in Galactic War, though.
I tried them in Galactic War.
I don't think it's so much that they're not viable and they're not worth it. It just how they were shoved down our throats. Like, hey, would you like? Hi, we'd like to introduce this great character. His name's Thrawn, Great Admiral Thrawn from the Outer Rim. He's come here to bring joy and happiness to the Empire. Oh, kids, but if you want them, you've got to get all the Phoenix characters. Enjoy.
It was kind of a kick in the pants, like just hey, money grab.
I straight up refused to buy into this shit. I was like, I'm gonna do Phoenix the free to play way, which I did. But then CLS comes along and you're just like, oh my god, I have to. I don't know. I just had this feeling like I had to drop cash or I'm gonna like totally miss out.
Yeah, right now if you don't have CLS, you better have GK and Xeris. Yeah. I mean, that's about the only counter to it.
Or Thrawn.
Even with Thrawn, you need.
Even with Thrawn,
yeah.
The Thrawn, GK, and Xeris.
CLS can cut through Thrawn pretty quick,
pretty fast. I mean, hits him with that. It's pretty brutal.
I don't know. I had a hard time facing
That's a great question, Patrick Lynch. Who will the Hermit Yoda equivalent be in the Dark Side territory battles? Ooh. If they make it Revan, I will cry like a little girl.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine if they did that to me? Talk about epic rants of epic rants. I would go, hey.
I'd have to be a guest on that one because I would be raging with you.
Oh my lord. Snoke.
Oh god, if it was Snoke, Jesus.
Snoke wouldn't be bad. Yeah, that'd be cool.
He wouldn't be there because
he's
got
an
Empire.
Awakening. Hey, Grande.
We don't know that it's going to be Empire. There's not enough for any one.
Did you die? You're 42.61% on phase 1.
No, I haven't died yet.
Oh, General Grievous.
But I think Thrawn will be like the special character, like CLS in the dark side version of territory battles. How much you want to bet that there will be special missions with that need Throd.
Well, you got him 7-star now. You're covered, Lady Ondane.
Fear is going to require Night Sisters.
Hey, Ranger, do you normally get this far in P1?
I haven't tried it in a while. I was using Kenobi Sync. I did pretty decent with it. I don't think I've ever cleared phase 1. I don't think I ever cared. I like the team that you're running though.
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
It is, but it makes sense. Totally makes sense. I mean, especially with Luke and Tebow. You got Zeris. It does. I mean, it means Grievous.
Actually, this team, the first time I ever saw it, I think, was from Darth Scott from Team Instinct. Yeah. He made a post about this on the forum.
That's the thing about TI that I love so much, being in that guild. I mean, the theory crafting that goes on in that guild is absolutely outrageous. It really is. I mean, teams you would never even in a million years think about using, whether it's arena or anything, they come up with things you're like, really? And then you look at the stats and everything, you're like, my dear God in heaven, I would have never thought of that. Good Lord.
Yeah.
So do you have any like strange teams that you're talking about that no one would have thought about that you could share with us?
Nope.
Poor TI. They just like to throw FOST on every team. That's pretty. It's like oh wait. First Order Stormtrooper. Let's just throw him on that team. It always makes me.
Oh yeah, who's Forrest Whitaker's Saul Guerrera? What will you become? As a character for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.
Yeah, it's just funny.
No,
I wouldn't want an old Forrest Whitaker Saul Guerrera. I'd want the Clone Wars Saul Guerrera. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Or you could go with the Rebel version before he goes all Respirator.
Or the Rebels version would be cool. Yep.
That would be cool.
Which with the Rebels, I mean, shoot, that's what in 3 days that show comes back out.
Don't remind me, Finn.
That's one of the biggest highlights of what's made RSG is us talking about Rebel shows. We've done it so much, man.
I love that show.
I get such a kick out of that.
But I love that show, man.
I think it's better than Clone Wars in my opinion. Just gonna throw that out there.
I think it's at par. I don't know if I can say it's better.
I know.
There's a lot of good
Ahsoka Vader, Kenobi Maul. Hard to top
Kenobi Maul. A lot of people gave that a lot of hate.
I don't know why. It was epic.
That. I loved that it lasted like 2 seconds and Kenobi just was boom. Like, no, I'm not even messing with you. You're done.
He changed his style and his form in order to do it. It was really epic.
In order to, reel him in, like, come on.
I mean, he knew what he was going to do before he did it. He was like, I got you.
Shot his saber through his chest. You're done. That was spoiler alert. Sorry if anybody's not seen that, but.
Hey, I haven't seen Rebels. Shush.
What do you mean?
Well, you need to get on that because it's really good. And season 4 is about to start in 3 days.
You better catch up, Lady Ondane. We talk about this stuff all the time.
I haven't even. Hey, I've been playing this game.
Well, take some time away from the game and watch some Rebels. It's worth it.
Oh yeah.
You run out of energy eventually.
Yeah, you can't play forever.
There's. When the cantina refreshes get up to 200 to 400 crystals, someone needs to just put it down.
Yeah.
Lady Aldane, all you need to do is you make your phone with you while you're watching Rebels. You can do your little battles.
Oh, that's it. I'm done. Did you see that?
I saw.
I'm totally done. Now we're at. I got so close. So close!
But so far away.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to solo it or what?
We're just playing around. Yeah, it was just. I don't normally try this team, and I haven't tried it in a very, very, very long time. But I was just like, let's try it again and see what happens.
Did you do your Zeta? Did you do your Raid Han or no?
No, I didn't do Raid Han. I was saving Raid Han for a different team. I could throw Raid Han on that team. It's just an old team I hadn't tried in a long time, and it's just always like, let's try it again and see if we like it. Just
throw Raid Han.
Pretty good run. I mean, shoot.
It's not bad. It's a pretty decent run.
Are you kidding me?
Bring
Holy
Chewie.
You wanna try a full auto team on phase 1?
Sure.
It's only 3 guys, so just put CLS, Raid Han, and BB-8. That's it.
Chewie. Bring Chewie.
But is your Raid Han Zeta or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, try that.
Don't forget the Falcon.
I have to make sure I put it on airplane mode. Otherwise, I'm going to have 49 guys
12 parsecs.
Really mad at me. And half of them are probably watching the stream. Half of them are probably watching the stream, and they're like, Grande?
Son of a bitch.
Don't screw up, man. I'm just like, I promise we're playing here, man. We're playing.
I'm going to go first. Where's,
oh no,
wait,
he's doing his stalker voice.
Where's Chewie? There's no Chewie. Where's Chewie?
I think the official name for this one is Molester Han.
Molester Han.
No.
I'm not doing well with this team.
Viagra.
Like at all. Am I on airplane mode? Let me just triple check. I'm like this is not going well. This is not going well at all.
Well, you're not counting to 7. That's the problem.
Part of it was I didn't even get
a lot of debuffs.
You use the force. It's real, all of it.
I like how you're like, oh my god, I can't screw up.
No, it's not. KP67 is sitting here watching this like, Grande, don't you dare, Beaver.
Baby.
I just got my 3rd Gear 12 character.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hate you.
Wow, you just 7-starred him.
Yeah,
you're on the way.
I know.
I 7-starred him a few days ago.
He's already Gear 12?
Well, he was close already.
Wow.
Aw, clandestine op sent you a friend request. Aw.
Actually, getting him to Gear 12 isn't that.
Why aren't you using BB-8 special? What are you doing, Petroni?
Hold on, I gotta accept this friend
request. That gives turn meter and stuff.
Turn meter and stuff. Is that the official?
Yes.
Official verbiage stuff.
All right. Well, we're not getting really any questions. We're watching Grande.
Oh, he has. Did you guys get the message from Clandestine?
What?
He says there's a typhoon rolling through through where he lives.
Oh,
and
good
he lives
God!
in Japan.
Oh Lord! Yeah, go seek cover and concealment. Grande Jabroni. Oh,
ew! Who did
Excuse me, that was me. Sorry.
Here's a question: do you think CG will ever make Zetas a little more available?
No,
like they did. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's so many more characters that need Zetas.
Well, the problem I have now is I've got the Zetas. I don't have the Omegas. Now I'm like, oh my god, I need Omegas now. Jesus.
Well, Omegas used to be really hard to get, like Zetas are now.
You don't have them. They sure are. It's like, oh, okay, great.
But now you get Omegas a little bit more regularly, but Zetas are still just, wow.
Why aren't you not using Han's buff ability? They'll hit harder. What are you doing? There you go. Now go to town. God damn it, Grande Petroni.
Petroni.
It's all about the turn meter, Grande. I know what you're trying to accomplish.
He's got this, man.
How would you rework General Grievous and IG-88? Oh, Lord. I wouldn't even know beginning with IG-88. He's such... Or IG-100. Ugh. Grievous needs... Oh, my God. He is the most expensive, worthless character ever.
Pretty much.
You know? If you have
where do you begin with him?
I would just say total rework on both. I mean, none of the things... It's just... It's ridiculous.
IG-100 has that call to assist attack. It ain't bad. He needs to be tankier, I guess.
And stuff, but I mean, it's like.
How is Throd?
Oh, this team is much easier.
Yeah, if you use it right.
You had your doubts. I felt it, man. You're like, what the fuck? What's up with this team over here?
Grim.
How is Throd gear wise? Is he pretty easy to gear?
No.
Because I heard he is.
No, he needs a lot of combatives, if I remember right.
He needs. But
to get him from gear 11 to gear 12 wasn't that rough though. He just needs those. What are they called? The Bacta.
The Bacta gels.
Yeah, he needs 50 of those to get him to gear 12, which is, there's a lot worse. Heck, Han needs that crazy thing that needs the eyeball, the stun gun, and that thing's a nightmare.
Am I in airplane mode? Okay, great. This is like all I do is like check. I'm like, oh crap.
Yes, Grande. The last time we checked too, it was on airplane mode.
I know. I check like every 5 minutes.
I want another video, man.
Paranoia much?
Yeah, no, because I'll be like, oh crap. Everybody's thinking there's a crap movie coming, or move coming, and I'm like, no.
Oh jeez.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. I had to look it up. Han to get to the gear 12 needs that Mark 6 stun gun, which is a nightmare. It needs one of the gold eyeball things. It needs a stun gun, and it needs the Bacta gel. That is insane. That's a hell of a gear piece.
Keyboard, I'm going to give you a shout out. You are fully enjoying your adulthood. She is drinking vodka.
Oh my god.
Now, she just turned 18 though, right?
Right, but that's adulthood.
Okay.
I told her, good job.
When I grow up, I want to drink vodka.
I mean, I was drinking when I was 18, but I was just
not legally.
Not legally. They'll let us go fight in the military, but they won't let us drink in pubs.
Exactly.
That's not actually true. You can drink on base, just so you know, and you can still buy it from the PX.
That's right.
Trust me, I know. I turned 21 whenever I was overseas.
It's a glorious thing. Keep his
real quick right now. My shard mate's asking me. So how do you break GW right now?
Well,
is there a magic number? Is there a magic number?
No such thing.
Yeah, it's based on old arena power.
You're basically a host.
Now, I've heard of people who had a broken Node 12 and it ended up being fixed, I guess, to say,
Oh, that was...
Because that would suck. I kind of count on that.
Let them do their AoE.
Easy.
It makes you angry. Makes you angry, Grande team.
Ah, you're fine. He's still got a 12 cooldown on the fearsome foe, man. You're good. And what? You're at 43% left? Shoot.
Wow.
You can actually full auto it once you take the other 3 guys down, but I like to see you sweat a little bit, so.
Wow, this is much faster.
I like BB-8, man. Right there, shoot. Now your guys are like hitting for like 50K, 60K,
100 billion K,
1000K, whatever.
Okay, you're here for a lot of them K's.
100 million trillion.
That's right. I don't like your insolent tone.
Wow,
Loki.
look at that. And he's still at 12. Damn. Wow.
Yeah, this seems much easier.
I haven't even touched BB-8 because I was so focused on.
Well, you shouldn't touch BB-8 not without his permission.
Hardy, har.
I'm just throwing the facts out there, Lady on Dan. I'm looking out for you.
Oh, no, you're looking out for BB-8.
BB-8 doesn't fly, right?
What?
He just rolls really fast?
Yes.
But R2 can fly.
He can fly.
Yes.
So who would win in a race, R2 or BB-8?
BB-8.
BB-8.
Little bastard just rolls like a bowling ball.
Oh no! Oh no!
BB-8 ain't doing too hot right now. You see that?
Wow. BB-8, my buddy. Do your buff. Do your buff. No.
Oh, he died.
I told you to do the buff. You didn't listen. No.
Oh, he died. He died.
He did his job.
BB-8 is no more. He is no longer among the living.
No, he died.
Grande Patron has demonstrated once again.
Oh, in airplane mode. Okay, great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm always like, hey, am I on airplane? Oh, okay, we're good.
Wow.
Ah! Oh, he dodged. Are you kidding me? Freaking die now. Oh.
Shoot him in the face, Grande.
So
in the face.
So that I need like a reser. If I had a reser, I would be.
You can try Captain Han Solo.
I could try Captain.
Captain Han. Captain Han.
You should put Captain Han Solo on this team. That's hilarious.
What's he gonna do? He's just gonna stand there.
Oh, he's gonna res BB-8, man. That's.
Oh well, yeah. He would revive him. Yeah. But other than that, he was just gonna stand there.
Bring back.
And then you have to worry about like protecting him because he just died.
I told you to bring Chewie.
I told me to bring Chewie.
Chewie. It's okay. You're gonna kill this guy before the 11.
Falcon.
Way before. Oh wow! Look at that. That's what is this? The molester voice? I'm learning. I am learning this.
Penitent man.
Oh, that's not. This is not good.
Why?
Buff.
Solo.
I did buff.
No, Han's gonna heal himself.
No, he's not.
Oh no!
No! You could solo the rest 13%. Come on,
had,
do it.
Brought,
probably not.
No, I would get out of there.
Actually, try the Kenobi sync, but instead of Darth Maul, put Captain Han Solo in there. I think it would actually be better because you got days on the basic.
No, he can solo. He can solo the rest of it.
Yeah, but we don't want him to solo the rest of it.
We know he can. He's good.
Yeah. I tried. I was doing the same thing, Grande, because when I got my CLS to Gear 12, I was like, I'll try to solo.
No, we're toast.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, we're toast, guys.
I give up.
Give up. Get out of there. Do it now. Get out. What are you doing, Grande? You son of a bitch.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why are you doing this, Grande?
Let's see.
You lack discipline.
Boom.
Pew
pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew.
All right, let's see if you can do this in 6 turns.
Grande, I've never prayed to you before. I've no tongue for it.
I'm having problems with my crumb.
Your wife?
He is strong. He's at the top of his mountain.
Crom.
And when I die, I will have to go before him. He will ask me, what is the riddle of steel? And if I don't know it, he will cast me out of Valhalla.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's check again. Okay, we're good. I'm so freaking worried about it.
But don't you complete if you complete a phase, does it automatically do it even though you're in airplane mode?
No, it does not.
I just asked the questions, Grande. if I'm asking scary questions, or you should. I mean,
you just took your buff away that you.
I don't know why. I don't know what I
was doing.
Why did
you do that?
I don't know.
It's Grande Patron. I mean,
I don't know.
It's all right. We'll get it back.
It's too late now.
No, it's not. It's not too late.
Oh no!
No, you got it.
You're like neck and neck here. With the counter. You're neck and neck with the counter. Oh, you got it. You got it. I was doing the same thing. I kept checking my percentage and stuff because I'm like, I don't want to solo.
Retreat.
Yeah, take his turn meter away.
Staff of
Take it. Take it.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Solo P1.
Those fists were fast as lightning.
Oh,
good.
Nice. You soloed P1.
Good, Grande. Good. You're fulfilling your destiny.
Oh, dear God. Now you just gotta escape.
Topple it. I think you could topple it.
Do it.
Well,
Kill it. Shoot it. Come on, somebody fire.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could topple it, but...
Connection error. Good thing I was on airplane mode.
Yeah, I told you.
All right.
I
think we can
see you later, alligators.
I think it's time to end the stream. Grande has
Yep. Have a good night, everybody.
He's done what he's needed to do. Thanks everybody for coming out. We're just having fun, hanging out, having a good time. Thanks, Lydia on Dane.
Yeah, baby.
Keeping Sevens, Ghost, the whole crew that came out tonight. Loki, Finn, Beavis and Butthead, Mr. Hanky, the Olsen twins. I mean, it was a good time by all. But we will stream probably next Saturday. Will be the Saturday, so stay tuned for more information while we do this. So, on behalf of myself and the RSG crew, we're gonna call it a night. But thank you guys for hanging out, much appreciated, and we will holler at you guys later. Bye bye.